Is this a good one?
Outside, and we'll show you that as we go on. One person not escaping the cold weather outside is our own Tammy Thuringer, who's meeting and talking with people.
Hi, Pedro. The line to get in is moving, but still pretty long. It's just a few feet away, but we saw some people that we couldn't not talk with. This is Jake.
You mean like CNN?
Thank you guys for talking with us. They may look familiar to you. Tell us who you are.
John Hancock.
George Washington.
Ben Franklin.
Very dedicated to the costumes. Jake made his...
All right, guys, I got a question.
Otherwise...
Real question, guys. If a person whose name is Smith, their family are like blacksmiths, or like carpenter, their families are carpenters, right? What does a Hancock do? I'm just saying.
Visit our own home grounds, you know.
And what all are you going to be doing while you're down here today, seeing the sights?
We're just here to see some things, see what's going on, just celebrate with our
brothers here. Dickens. You know what? True, Ronan. That was even worse.
You were excited. What do you want to see him focus on as a fellow president?
Just improve the country and just get everybody getting along together. And
not gonna happen.
Just live in this great country that we have, America.
Yeah, just ending the wars overseas, getting that Bitcoin reserve, baby, and freeing Ross.
Fiscal responsibility and just helping the birds make it to the bowl. That's what we help. That's what we care about.
What the fuck?
Just warm enough, yes.
Yeah. Hand warmers.
I'm eating freeze-dried Kyoho grapes. Have you guys ever had Kyoho grapes before? They're so good.
Tammy's out there talking to people as people are gathering in Washington.
They're like my favorite kind of grapes.
They can't directly participate in events of today.
They're like the ones that taste like grape candy.
Watch it on other means and go in and about the city to do so. This is from the Capitol perspective. Dignitaries coming in to become part of the ceremonies as they start to file into the rotunda where the inauguration ceremonies will take place. As you're watching that, let's hear from Kem in West Virginia. Independent line. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for taking the call.
Some freeze-dried grapes.
Country so desperately racked by debt, we're trillions of dollars in debt, that it's shameful that we spend any money at all on these kinds of ceremonies, on this kind of pomp. It's shameful. That and the fact that we have prayer in Congress, that we have chaplains or priests here at all. This isn't a Christian country. Thomas Jefferson is rolling in his grave. The separation of church and state must be maintained. Thank you very much.
You guys mad?
Roland up next in New York.
Democrats. You're salty. This is great. Okay, this is a good stream.
Today is a day of a peaceful transition of power.
That's big fucking salt, dude.
For this country. I don't personally support Trump. I don't think he agrees with.
This is the perfect stream. You gave me the perfect stream. Okay.
Day of unity. I want to see him offer his vision forward for Americans. What is he doing for us? What is he doing going forward for this country? And
please follow thank you.
How is he going to end these wars abroad? Well, I don't personally support him. I think he can make this a day of unity, and I'm excited for that. Thank you.
Okay, that's a nice space take. Yeah, I like it.
In Illinois, Republican line.
Hello, Pedro.
You're on. Go ahead.
Wait, they have a Republican and a Democrat line?
I'm actually born Republican, raised.
He was a born
Christian values.
Yo, this guy was born Republican. Did you guys hear that? He came out with his MAGA hat.
Office stack.
He had the fucking yellow hair and the tan skin and the fucking red tie.
And
fucking MAGA hat on.
If nothing else, Trump brings a religious revival to this country, because that's needed more than anything else, is to get God back in this country.
Okay. Eric there, part of our calls that we're taking for this ceremony. You may have noticed on the left side of your screen, just briefly, pictures of
Yukoi says, you got your MAGA hat ready? Which
heads
one?
Of the House of Representatives, former Speaker Newt Gingrich, former Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich, former Speaker John Boehner in that mix, and former Speaker Kevin McCarthy also will be part of today's ceremony. in attendance in today's ceremony. Jared in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Independent Line.
Hi, this is Jared. I want to wish everybody a happy MLK Day and a happy Inauguration Day. I just wanted to talk about what I'll be looking for in the midterms, which is primarily, a couple.
I have a Make Hentai Great Again hat.
Changes to the government, mainly, coinage reform. I want to get rid of the penny and the nickel. I think they cost more to produce than they're worth. And I'm also looking for copyright changes.
Yeah, but what are they going to do with all of the penny presses?
I should be able to change the format of my DVD collection if I'd like to. But happy Inauguration Day to everybody, and happy MLK Day as well.
Janine in Ohio, Democrats line.
Did you even hear what he said, Mark?
Hi.
Hi, Janine, go ahead.
Did you even hear what he said?
I do believe that the shift of power, I'm glad they're both acting like adults and that everything is going to go smoothly. I do believe that everything went the way it was supposed to in the election, and I'm glad to see everybody, again, acting like adults.
Lots of folks heading into the Capitol and the lead up to the events of today. As we watch that, we'll go to John McCardle.
Pedro, in that brief House session that we showed viewers there, you saw the announcement that Michael Waltz was resigning from Congress today. He was nominated by Donald Trump to be Donald Trump's national security advisor, so his resignation coming today ahead of that. He sent out this tweet earlier this morning from St. John's Church, a picture of the
guys. You want to know something?
With,
if I was the president, I would make a holiday.
At about 8:30.
I would make a holiday
before the ceremony began at the church,
where it would be a national event.
Notes on Punchbowl News
where we would throw tea into the ocean. We would get tea, and it has to be from the UK. Like, I don't know, we'll get Yorkshire tea. We'll get like a big box of it, and everyone throws it into the ocean together.
Mitch McConnell.
That would be like the entire holiday.
In the rotunda,
and we all get the day off to do it.
Set to begin. We'll continue to show you those pictures all morning long.
Anthony in New York State, Republican line. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, hi. I'm calling from the Republican line, and I just wanted to wish everybody a happy Inauguration Day. And so 4 more years of President Donald John Trump. He's going to do so many great things for this country, because the bottom line is with President Trump, promises are made and promises are kept. And this time around with the Trump administration 2.0, we're going to accomplish even so much more than before, because the bottom line is that we have disruptors in the system that are going to be placed on numerous cabinet positions, including Pete Hegseth for Secretary of Defense, Kash Patel for Director of the FBI, Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence, and many other picks as well that are really going to bring about monumental change and comprehensive reform to our systems. So I'm looking forward to that. And, I'm also looking forward to the fact that, now after 4 disastrous years of Joe Biden, we now have somebody who's going to bring about peace through strength. And
Anthony, I apologize. I only want to highlight the fact that these former House speakers, Speakers Gingrich, Boehner, John Boehner, and Kevin McCarthy, now entering the Rotunda area as part of the activities of today. The Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell, also entering in as well. And these are the seats that will start filling up as part of the inauguration ceremonies. We'll continue to show you that. But to talk about how a White House itself transitions is Bradley Blakeman. He served as former Deputy Assistant to President George W. Bush. He served as the Deputy Assistant to Presidential Appointments and other things. And here to talk about how White House's changes on this day. Mr. Blakeman, thanks for giving us your time.
Here.
Talk about your role that you had in the Bush administration about seeing this transition from one White House to another.
Well, I was the gatekeeper for President 43, George W. Bush, which meant I was in charge of his time, his schedule, appointments, and vetting research, correspondence, and surrogate scheduling. So I had to create a schedule with the president for the first 100 days. And the first 21 days were extremely important because that was the time of taking power, of also establishing yourself as president with your cabinet, with your staff.
Did you guys see like that video?
After the 100 days through your first term. So today, for instance, is a day of true transition because the new White House staff and the president really do not take power until.
Did you guys see that video where
today? Eastern time.
Mitch McConnell was like talking, and then he just fucking zoned out in the middle of his sentence. And they were like, "Bro, you okay?" And he was just like,
"Is really in a
dude
position because the old papers and furniture of the former president, moved out, and the new president's furniture and belongings are being moved in.
I hope nothing happens, Hearts of Violet. I hope not.
In the old executive office building on the 18 acres of the White House, or the West Wing of the White House, and the East Wing.
I hope nothing happens. I think the best case scenario, nothing happens. Next best case scenario, they catch whatever is going on.
How deep is the changeover throughout the White House?
I'd honestly be surprised if they didn't try anything at all.
Is in change, except for those career employees in the mansion itself. They remain, of
Thanks
course.
for the follow, Greg.
The political appointees are gone, and a new crew is moved in.
You got Bill?
The Oval Office is completely emptied. It's one of the first times that you'll ever see the complete Oval Office emptied. The new furnishings of President.
You want to know what's fucking crazy?
Let me just pause
Think about this, guys.
Clinton and her husband, former
Bill Clinton
during the Capitol now,
was in NBA Jam. The original NBA Jam. You could play as Bill Clinton.
The president
NBA Jam on Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
In the White House, as soon as they depart the White House, it is really a almost
Isn't that crazy?
Tradition of moving in and moving out.
From
by
downtown.
the time the president retires to the White House this evening,
I know.
The transformation will be complete. The West Wing will be painted, recarpeted.
Wait, is Millet going to be here?
Amazing display.
Wait, really?
Of logistics, because
Millet is going to be here
now outside the White House grounds, ready to come in and
I love Millet.
Those procedures as soon as the president.
Millet is my favorite politician.
Head off to the Capitol for the swearing in.
There's a shot of former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Mr. Blakeman, what's the manpower like to make this transition of a White House?
About 500.
Javier Milei, he's like the
on the 18 acres and make this happen. Everybody from the Park
president
Service
of Argentina,
to the mansion staff, to the GSA, the General Services Administration. They are all in coordination in the transition. These plans.
Snoop Dogg is gonna perform
literally within 12 hours.
Why?
Is completely
First off, why? Second off, didn't he hate Trump? I swear to God, like he did like a whole thing about hating Trump. Him and Eminem.
Toothbrushes there as well.
Well, the good news is.
So what? Did he like switch sides or something?
So
unreal, bro.
The mansion staff is fully aware of their likes and dislikes and how they comport themselves in their personal lives.
Man, I liked Eminem before, but he's so fucking cringe now. It's unreal.
Than most, because of course the Trumps are returning to the White House.
Doge co-chair Vivek Ramaswamy, you're seeing on your screen, Steny Hoyer, former representative of Maryland. Mr. Blakeman, then when do they know when it's done? Is there an established time they say, okay, you guys got to be out of here?
Snoop is incredibly vocal about doing any gig that plays.
Back on their
that
way
pays.
To the White House.
Oh, that's kind of based.
Continues the following day.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. That's kind of based. If that's how he handles, he's like, fuck it, I don't care as long as you pay me. Like that's kind of cool.
I remember. In the case of President George W. Bush, we had a senior staff meeting at 7 a.m. on the next day, Tuesday, the 21st, and we were hitting the ground running, and we were fully operational.
Thanks for the follows, you guys. Thank you.
Everything was in place. The GSA, the White House mansion staff, the usher's office, the Park Service, they did a magnificent job. It was almost as if we had been there for 4 years. We felt right at home, right at the start.
No, I think that's honestly, I honestly think it's a base position that, like, you'll just, whoever,
they're good.
If they'll pay you for a gig, you'll take it. Like
the White House in this preparation.
The Trumps are.
Fair enough.
They are responsible for getting their belongings to the White House, and once it hits the White House gate, The White House is then the usher's office is responsible for, and the First Lady, of course, and the family in making sure those items are where they need to go. But it's really up to the family to get those items there. And as far as Mar-a-Lago is concerned, that will be the president's home.
You think Liz Cheney is pooping her pants?
There'll be a certain amount
Probably
of staff that will
Thanks
join
for the follow,
him
Mr.
there,
Kraft. Thank you.
including personal staff. And that, again, is no learning curve because that's happened before.
This is Bradley Blakeman. He served as a former deputy assistant to President George W. Bush, part of this process of changing over the White House from one president to another. Mr. Blakeman, thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Again, we're continue watching members of Congress currently come in to take their places for the inauguration. Other people as well. Faces that you find familiar there as you keep watching the screen. Let's hear from Rashad. Rashad joins us from Canada. Democrats line. Hi.
Hi, thank you for having me. I just wanted to start by saying happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a day that we celebrate someone who advocated for nonviolent activism in the civil rights movement, an inspirational human being that fought for human rights. Currently, I feel a little disheartened at the slander that's used in political campaigns. And for me personally, I see that coming more from the conservative side. The slander used to call people who have, opposing thoughts weak.
You mean like
unjust,
sexual offender, rapist? You mean all of those ones? Yeah.
The idea that there's a lack of confident people on the other side with liberals is not true. And an example of this, and this person is now my hero after watching this, is Senator Tammy Duckworth, who served Pete Hegseth at his nomination hearing. That is an example of a confident person, and AOC is as well. And we see that so much, and I just really hope that we see more people use their voice and
okay.
Hi, Mel.
We'll stop you there only to see that Doug Emhoff, the current first gentleman of the United States, Usha Vance, also walking out of the White House. Again, they were participating in coffee and a tea ceremony there, and now making their way to the Capitol. We'll be showing you these exits as they occur. Let's hear from Teresa. Teresa in South Carolina.
Do you think that Donald Trump's Secret Service guys are scared?
Go ahead.
I just want to thank C-SPAN. I watched all the inaugurations beginning from a long time ago. And I have a question. On FDR, he served 4 terms. He died while serving in the 4th term. When did we start having the term limits? And also, oh gosh, the term limits, and was it because he served so long because of the Depression and World War II? Or was it, maybe it was World War One? Anyway, was it because of that he had such a long term? Thank you.
Okay, that's Teresa there. I think maybe we can find an answer for you. This is Dan in Charlottesville, Virginia, Republican line. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Fine, thanks. Go ahead, please.
Thanks for the follow, Via. Thank you.
Thanks, C-SPAN, and thank you for taking my call. I think this is a great day to be an American. It is exciting to watch C-SPAN's coverage of the inauguration take place in an orderly manner, and I know that our founding fathers would be proud of the way we are conducting business in this country today.
Again, viewers, just in case you're watching the split screen there on your television, the Capitol is what you're seeing on the left side of your screen, the White House. On the right side, we're awaiting the president and the president-elect
Thanks for the follow, Canvas and Rand. Thank you.
Watching people being seated and the activities in preparation for the later inaugural ceremonies take place on the left-hand side. Let's hear from Finn. Finn in Illinois, Democrats line.
Hi, am I on?
Yes, you go ahead.
I just wanted to share my views on Trump. I wanted to say, I think that his supporters like to act like the stuff he's done is normal, like, quoting Hitler and threatening political opponents with military force and threatening to end DACA and birthright citizenship, and that it's like normal stuff. It's not. It's fascist stuff. And I just wanted to say, like, if the president does this stuff and it makes the price of eggs go down, and that's, worth it to some people.
What?
I hope they're happy, but I'm not. And anyway.
Orlando, Florida, Independent Line, Soo Chin, hello.
Holy shit.
Hello. Yes, what I wanted to say was, I think this inauguration is obviously important for each and every one of our citizens, as it's a very peaceful transition of power. I just hope
Wait, you're telling me I can listen to this every day, Oka?
People
every day? They do this every day?
Politics and do some of the research, actually, and, talk more with the people around you on policies and issues, because that's the best way when it comes to creating dialogue that can actually create solutions that benefit the majority of us.
This is C-SPAN,
instead of, dragging into the itty-bitty. So I hope that the inauguration goes well, and I hope that people actually take the time to be more civically engaged. Thank you.
From Zachary, who is in Iowa, Republican line. You're next up. Hello.
Good morning. I would like to thank C-SPAN, first of all, for broadcasting this momentous day in America. It's a really good day to be an American.
Yeah, they let anyone call in.
There's a few things I want to hear from Donald Trump today during his inauguration speech. I would like to hear a little tidbit of what his stance is on the continuation of the ceasefire between Israel and Palestine. I would also like to hear what his stance is going to be on Skibbity Toilet and the war with Howard.
Richard.
Me too, man. Me too. For real, dude. For real.
Next up on this Inauguration Day coverage. Go ahead.
Hi. I probably want to answer a question that a lady raised about Biden saying 100% of funds for the fires out in California. I don't know what she meant by that, but I would assume it does not include getting a new house for everybody. I think there will be funds for the reconstruction of some of the systems that they have, and there will be loan guarantees. But I don't think you should interpret his statement of 100% as something.
It's probably really hard to get on.
My second point, a gentleman just called to say, from the Republican line, a gentleman just called to say that he was proud of today's ceremony, as I too am proud. My question would be, was he as proud 4 years ago when that transition took place? I'd have to get an answer from him, because I think he'll probably say, oh, yeah, I was proud of that, too. Thank you for your call. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You can continue on calling on the following lines. Democrats, 202-748-8000. Republicans,
I'm going to be 100% real with you guys.
Independents, 202-748-8002.
You want to know my take?
8002. More exits from the White House.
I was not proud.
The First Lady and the incoming First
And I don't give a fuck. I'm just being honest. I thought it was going to be a shit show, and it was a shit show. I was right. So. Well, here's the thing. Obviously, you're proud for the country, and just like the way our democracy works.
The Morning Progressive.
How just
onto the U.S. Capitol.
Transition of power. Sure, you could be proud of that.
In Tennessee.
Doesn't mean I have to be proud for who it went to. Does that make sense?
Hey, hello, my name is.
And I think it's just honest to say that. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you, Ghoul, man. And thank you for the follow as well, man. Thank you so much. Thank you.
For just mostly all of America for I don't know, just Donald Trump winning. I'm really happy that he won. And there's a lot of reasons that I could be happy. I don't really think there's enough time to list them all, but I just wanted to be happy for a peaceful transition into power and that everyone's, being civil about this and there isn't a big, fight or issue going wrong. And everyone can, be happy that it was a nice transition to power.
From Joe in Maryland, independent line.
Hey, down here in Chaptico, Maryland. Yes, sir. Pedro, good morning. Thank you for all your work. 2 questions for you and then a real quick statement, too, Pedro. You called Steny Hoyer the former congressman. Is he a former congressman now? I'm not being facetious. Did he lose or is he still in there?
He's a former congressman, yes.
Wow, he's out now? I did not know that. And you called Doug Emhoff the first gentleman. And is he the first gentleman or the second? How does that work?
Go to Prism says, my take on the 2020 election is that he didn't actually believe it was a steal, but he made the claim so he could run 2024. Well, the thing is thank you for the follow, Bissay, thank you. I'm not sure.
Joe, and as we watch the vice president and the incoming vice president come out.
Very well, thank you. Yawgmoth's bargain. There he is, guys. Our boy Yawgmoth's bargain. Dark Mech. Yawgmoth. Thanks for the follow, guys. Thank you. So, on the topic of the quote-unquote stolen election, it's hard to say if there was any effect.
Those leaving the White House to head to the Capitol. We're still on with Joe. Joe, I apologize. I believe I misspoke.
It's hard to say if there was like any effect, but the thing is when you make the election process less secure, it naturally leads to doubts from everyone. Does that make sense?
And it doesn't come across as funny.
So we should just make it secure. I don't know why we're fucking around with it.
Perfect, brother. And
I don't know why we fuck around with it. We don't check IDs or anything like that. All it does is make everyone question the legitimacy of the election. So we should have good security for our elections, obviously.
Today's inauguration, today's MLK Day, and they are both special days for all of us. Don't be picking one over the other, but truth be known, because of our inauguration days, we have MLK Day, and I am supposed to be at the Metropolitan AME Church right now. I have a press pass to be there up on the balcony, but I have
Me too. I also have a press pass.
Events instead today, and I understand that. And anyway, Pedro, I love everybody. Peace be with all of us, please, and we can make it that way. And
okay. Let's go to Democrats line. Eileen in Florida. Good morning.
Good morning. As I'm watching the inauguration, the peaceful transition of power, I'd like to remind all the listeners on all sides of the aisle that 4 years ago, Trump was too coward to attend Joe Biden's inauguration. He didn't go. Melania didn't go because they cried for 4 years that they won, but they didn't show up for Joe's inauguration. And if you remember when Trump won in 2016, even though Obama was criticized and called names and accused of not being a legitimate president, he showed up for Trump's inauguration. So it just shows you how petty Trump is and what a true American and patriot Joe Biden and Jill Biden are. And I just wanted to remind everybody that Trump did not show up 4 years ago. And that's important. It should be important for all Americans because he lost. Poor loser, didn't show up. And here's Joe Biden, attending his inauguration.
How do we know he wasn't? How do we know?
Go out and celebrate. I'm on my way to Martin Luther King.
How do we know he wasn't leveling Elon Musk's Diablo account?
And I do want to say one last thing. I'm sorry. I think Trump had his inauguration.
Thanks for the follow, Hunter. Thank you. And Mrs. Zombify. Thank you.
Small crowds because of the cold weather, wouldn't show up.
Okay.
Anyway,
let's hear from Ryan in Mississippi, Republican line.
Republican line.
Thanks for the follow, Hunter. Thank you. And Mrs. Zombify. Thank you.
Anyway,
Thank you.
Republican line.
Okay. Let's hear from Ryan in Mississippi, Republican line.
Good morning. Happy Inauguration Day. Happy MLK Day. I just wanted to make a reference to the independent gentleman earlier who was talking about his complaints about pomp and circumstance and Thomas Jefferson rolling over in his grave. For the listeners at home, Thomas Jefferson was president of the Senate.
Mr. Kraft, thank you for the prime. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Approved to use the Capitol.
I mean, it's like I said, like
church grounds, and when he wrote his letter,
why not just have more secure elections? Why not require ID? It just seems so obvious to me. Like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you check someone's ID?
Caller, I'll put you on pause as we watch the president and the president-elect.
Nice. What do you think they're going to talk about? What are they going to talk about in there? Thanks for the follow, Death. Thank you. That's Boder. Thank you. Thanks, mister. Did you hear about the legal squad with 30K rounds of ammo in Arizona? I haven't, no.
So now loaded into the beast, as it's commonly known as, the president and the president-elect.
Talking in the backseat, just like memes.
Capitol to the start of inauguration ceremonies.
Who would Trump and Biden main in Marvel Rivals?
We'll let you watch the cars roll out. And as we do that, Mallory, who is in Virginia.
I think Trump would main Captain America, and I think Biden would main Black Panther.
Hi, thank you. I just wanted to say thank you, C-SPAN, for hosting today's inauguration ceremony, and I'm just hoping for a peaceful transfer of power today, like everyone else is hoping for, and also really hoping that people recognize today as Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and that hopefully President-elect Trump will make a comment about that, and also hopefully speaking about what he plans to do about the ceasefire. But yeah, and happy Inauguration Day, and hoping for a peaceful...
Yeah, basically a lot of people were just, like, a lot of people, I guess including Trump, were like sus about how some of the election stuff was handled in 2016. Like, there were a lot of like weird shit that happened. I mean, not 2016, sorry, 2020. There was a lot of weird shit that happened during it. And like, for instance, like certain places like not being able to vote.
I just wanted to
like there being like technical issues at certain places and then not allowing them to vote, and then there's like the pipes bursting, like trucks just like showing up in the middle of the night like at voting locations, like them making it so people couldn't watch. There's like a lot of weird shit that happened, and again, like regardless of like if it happened or not, the fact that there is a perception that something bad happened is the problem. Do you see what I mean? Like regardless of if something did happen or not, the issue is that it's in question. Do you see what I'm saying? The fact that the security isn't like tight enough or and it's not transparent enough to like actually be relatively sure of what happened is a problem regardless.
It contains the president and the president-elect surrounded by security.
Not to mention a lot of rules were changed at the end because of COVID.
The streets of Pennsylvania Avenue being lined up by lawmen and law enforcement. That's all part of the process. As
that true. That too true. Peton said it's not just that. They put the boot on the people who dared question about it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is
so it makes it like even more sus.
I would just like to say thank you to President Biden, and I'm hopeful for the next 4 years with President Trump, and I'm proud to be an American. God bless America.
The newly minted senator.
I mean, there's plenty of videos of sus stuff going on at the election. There was like that one person that got caught like trying to harvest ballots, for instance.
Democrats line,
I think they did that. I think that was like live on TV. I remember that video. Like they asked a random person, and they were like actually in the middle of
is coming to a halt.
Suspicious activities.
I want to address a gentleman on the Republican line that said earlier that the founding fathers would be proud, which I don't understand where they get that, because they're fighting a world superpower instead of bowing down and letting billionaires run their administration. I fear the progress of this country, but I hope him the best because of his position, but I guess that's all I have to say. God bless America, and hopefully the next 4 years aren't as scary as everyone
These
thinks they're going to be.
call-ins sound like a group therapy session.
Teddy, thanks for the sub.
From Ohio, independent line.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, earlier I heard someone say that they didn't like that there were priests and religious people. I actually think that's the best part of all this. Catholicism is true. Pope Francis will take over the country. Very based, very epic. I wish I could have voted for Trump, but sadly he wasn't Catholic enough for me. Maybe the candidate next time will be. Although I do appreciate all the Catholic stuff that is present at this.
Damn.
That is Jacob joining us from Ohio. Just to show you a headline from the Associated Press from earlier today on this Inauguration Day.
And Borealis,
it was
thank you.
Pope Francis making comments about the president-elect, particularly his plans for mass deportation of immigrants, saying that he called it a disgrace as he weighed in on the incoming U.S. president's pledges nearly a decade after calling him, quote, not Christian for wanting to build a wall along the U.S.-Mexican border. Francis made the comments during an appearance at an official telegram.
This doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Podcast, I believe. So,
if they're in the country, guys,
let's go back.
This is so easy. This is so easy. If they're in the country illegally, they broke the law.
I want to show viewers what the program looks like.
So we should kick them out. It's just that simple. It's that simple. Thanks for the sub, D. Jason. Thank you.
Programs today. Laying out the musical prelude from the University of Nebraska Lincoln, combined choruses, the call to order. We'll hear, of course, the swearing in of the vice president.
This looks like a freaking church pamphlet. Like the little schedule you get at church. That's what this looks like.
It's going to be quite a ceremony here in just a few minutes. Of course, the president will end with his inaugural address, and some excerpts of the inaugural address already being released. The president will say, in part, I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country. Rachel Scott of ABC News tweeting out.
I hope he just wings it. I hope he wings the whole entire thing.
Inaugural address. One more
Thanks
tweet
for the follow, Bearded. Thank you.
From Mike Pence, noting that he is going to attend the inauguration of the president, saying this is a day when every American does well to celebrate our democracy and the peaceful transfer of power under the Constitution of the United States. And then, Pedro, you showed Vivek Ramaswamy in the rotunda there, the co-leader of DOJ, though not expected to be at the Department of Government Efficiency for too much longer. At least that's the reporting this morning. This is the headline from Politico, noting that Ramaswamy is set to leave DOJ, and it's CBS News noting that he's expected to soon step away from the task force. He intends to announce a campaign for Ohio governor as soon as the end of January, according to multiple sources and multiple outlets reporting that Vivek Ramaswamy, 39 years old, he will be in attendance today at the Capitol Rotunda.
Let's hear from Dakota in New York, Republican line.
Hello, I just wanted to say happy Martin Luther King Day, and I think for a lot of us, this is a very good day. It's a historic day. I want to wish President Trump and everybody else involved a safe day, and that is what I have for now, and thank you for taking my call.
The motorcade rolling on towards the U.S. Capitol. That car you see containing the president and the president-elect as they make their way. Someone who's been out and about today, Tammy Thuringer talking with people. Tammy, hello.
Dude, isn't it like kind of stressful to like watch the live video?
It's still cold out here. We're making our way around. The crowd to get into the arena is on the other block from here, but we found another line of people. They're just trying to get in to part of the city that is sectioned off. You've probably seen those images of the black fencing around the city. There's more of it here. But Josh is a resident of D.C. He's trying to get back into a city.
Dude, before this Saxon, like I think just like a couple days ago, he literally said, I'm gonna release all of the JFK files and all the MLK files. I'm gonna release them, and he was basically saying he's gonna declassify them, dude.
And once you get on the other side, what's your plan?
We're gonna get a drink, go.
They fucking want his ass, dude.
Get a drink and then head back to the crib and just kind of defrost and get a little bit of the warmth back in our bones.
And you said that you had left your house this morning at 6:30, hoping to get into the arena. Why did you want to go to the inauguration?
Because it's the inauguration of a president, and that's a very historic event. It's something that I personally never been able to see. And so now that I live in D.C., I've been in D.C. for a couple of years now. This is the first time they've had an inauguration. So I was like, of course, if I can go and see something like that, like I'm going to want to.
President-elect Trump is busy right now. He just left the White House. They're on their way to the Capitol. But if you were watching this and you could give him a message, something you want him to focus on during his next term, what would you say?
I would say, one, stay warm. It's cold out here, so that's my number one advice for him. And two, if
you guys want to know, you guys want to know something? I don't think they should let anyone live in DC. I don't think so.
And I don't know
why people live there.
But if he can do something with the policy in order to kind of help bring down the prices of things so that people can go back to being able to afford a full cart of groceries, that will be something I think he needs to focus on and work on.
Glenn, thank you so much for 5 gifts, man. Thank you.
Of course, thank you. Appreciate it.
The Capital One Arena is. That's where people are lining up to become part of that watch party.
Care supporter, nice to see you in the basement. Thanks so much, Dan.
The president at that rally.
Thank you.
The inauguration rally. That's where a lot.
That's a very bad take. Why is it a bad take?
Outside, in and around D.C. People entering the Capitol right now.
I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to stay there. Like, you should be able to, like, stay there overnight or whatever. But I don't think that people should live inside of it.
Leading the House, saying that
because then you have this weird issue where people like reside there and they can't vote.
Others will.
It's not that they can't vote on like everything, but
a little while.
They don't have some representation.
In Maryland, Democrats line. Hi.
And like they kind of complain about it all the time.
First, I want to say thank you to C-SPAN, and I heard someone earlier call and say this was a historic day, and I want to agree that this is historic because it shows.
Thank you, Guy. Thank you again.
White power can get you, and for every Trump supporter that is excited for today, I just want to ask you.
Okay, let me pause you just for a second there. The president and the president-elect entering the Capitol right now. Let's watch a little bit of this.
Good morning, sir. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Thank you.
President Trump, how do you feel? President Biden?
Well,
I don't think DC should be a state because I mean the whole point of it existing is it being a neutral ground for the federal.
The president and the president-elect entering. You probably saw Minnesota,
like a place where the states don't have jurisdiction over it.
A team of people in putting today's events together. As part of a committee that's in charge of that. Chris, apologies for interrupting. Go ahead and finish your statement.
The follow back.
What I was saying was my question for every Trump supporter is how is this convicted felon able to rise to the highest government office?
It's not a state. It's a district. Yeah.
Convicted felons cannot even get a job to make ends meet. Thank you.
Peter joins us from New York. Independent line. Hello.
Yeah. Hi. So I felt during this election that we had a false choice. I either had to choose, some geriatric who can't fulfill his promises or a accused rapist. So I didn't feel like I had much of a choice there. Plus,
oh no, he was accused.
Supporting Israel with no.
Yeah, well, you know what? Joe Biden
is
a confirmed child sniffer.
I just wish, in an ideal America,
confirmed.
Our politicians
Not accused.
Themselves
confirmed.
And recognize the Palestinian state. I think it's about time. I think that we're funding murder. And sure, we have a ceasefire, but, there's going to be another conflict within a year, if even. I mean, the West Bank is living under apartheid. And nothing's changing because, they're our greatest ally, but what did they do for us? I honestly ask myself that every day because, when did they become our greatest ally? When they displaced millions of people throughout the Middle East? When they exacted our interests as our attack dog?
Okay.
What have they done for us?
Okay. Chris is next in New York, Syracuse, New York, Republican line.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
I do think that America does simp a little too fucking hard.
It's a great day for a lot of people.
I think America simps too hard for Israel, to be honest.
A lot of vitriol coming from other lines in to address a comment about separation of church and state earlier. I want to remind everyone, separation of church and state.
I think it's kind of cringe. I think the simping is kind of cringe.
People for
if they're a good ally or not, sure, that's a different thing. But I think that we simp too hard.
And worship who they choose, that to protect them from the government. That's what that's for. Otherwise, I'm very excited to see the Department of Government Efficiency. The money spending we have in this country is out of control. It needs to be fixed. And Donald Trump and the people that he's putting in his cabinet are the only people who are capable of doing that. Take a look outside, everybody. You don't have to watch the news every day. You don't have to let them tell you what to think. Go outside and touch some grass. It'll be okay. Make your own decisions. That's important nowadays.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Members of the president's hopeful cabinet, once they get confirmation, making their way into the ceremony as well.
Cut off all foreign. Lyle says cut off all foreign aid. I think it depends. I'm okay with it in the context of it helps us. If it's in our best interest and it benefits America, then fine.
Tulsi Gabbard as well. Hoping to become the next.
But I don't agree with it just for the hell of it.
Graham in Jersey.
It should always have an upside for us. Whether it's a political, some kind of
bit disappointed how the election turned out. I think it would have been great to see a female
political benefit, as in they make some agreements or something with us that benefits the people of America.
I'm a bit more disappointed in the selection committee for not picking Alabama for the college football playoff finals, and instead picking inferior teams like SMU and Indiana. Truly dark times in America.
Okay. Graham there. We've got pictures of more of the president's hopeful cabinet. You heard John McArdle say that Marco Rubio expected a vote on his becoming Secretary of State expected today. Others to follow as well when the president hopefully will get members of his cabinet appointed by the Senate or confirmed by the Senate. Sonia in California, independent line. Hi.
Hi, good morning. I just wanted to remind everyone how we spend our time watching on the television or what we're spending our money on is just as much of a message sender as any screaming can be. If corporations are going to be running us right now, we can choose to buy local, to pay attention to our local artists or our local farmers, buying less.
Why they go to the artists first?
Paying less attention to Donald Trump on the YouTubes and the views. How we spend our time, period, can send a big message. And I just wanted to remind people that when it feels a little like you don't know what to do, just pay attention to where you're spending your money and spending your time.
Avant from Baltimore, Maryland, Republican line.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for taking my call. I just want to say it's a lot of Democrats that need to put their hands behind their back, and it was a lot during the elections. Sobriety tests should have been done. There's a lot of hands behind their back action. Hey, I support Trump. I support the trucking industry. I am a trucker, and I would like to see the economy just shoot right back up, man. And shout out to the inauguration today, and hopefully everything goes well. Everything will
is that
go
like
well, and let's get this economy back.
Is it like a saying somewhere?
Let's go, America. Let's go.
From a viewer in San Diego, California, Vice President Mike Pence making his way into the Capitol Rotunda. Again, once serving with the former president. Let's see a little bit of this.
He doesn't look very happy. He looks kind of mad. But But yeah, like I don't know, I think America in general.
It was a quick shot of Mike Pence making his way into.
I don't think it's just America. I think Christians too.
Their way too.
Just freaking simp so hard for Israel. It's unreal.
Line. This is Rain. Hello.
Hello. I just wanted to say I noticed a lot of people are
just like hard simping
policies, and especially during the Trump administration and a lot of his advertisements, he was exclusively very anti-trans. And I noticed a lot of people put their 2 cents in on this problem, but haven't actually had experience with transgender people or, for the most, even met one. And as a transgender person, I think it is incredibly upsetting that we are used as an example and used as a device to get people to be scared of us when we're really just other people trying to live. And I'm just hopeful that certain choices don't make our lives a lot harder.
I don't think that's true, though.
I'm hopeful.
Like in general, like I don't mean like every trans person, but
for how much he hurts others around me.
I don't think every trans person, obviously, like I have friends who are trans that aren't like that, but there has been like a huge push to like get people in trouble for like multiple things around that.
Daniel in Silver Spring, Maryland, Independent Line.
But just being a political football is tiring. I'm sorry, Patchouli.
To say Donald Trump is a remarkable person. He incites people to violence.
I'm so sorry about that, Patchouli. That must suck.
He promises to unleash hell and gets everyone believing that he believes in peace. He has zero respect for the work.
I feel really bad for my trans friends that have to deal with this kind of shit.
There will be peace. He makes all of his money off the backs of low-income workers, and then gets everyone believing that he put together a working-class coalition. I just have to say, I do hope there'll be a peaceful day, and good luck to you all.
You want to know what I feel, though, about that whole thing, though?
Well, I believe
like, honestly,
back toward us, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in the background.
It almost feels to me a lot of the time that there's like two different. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the follow. I think it's like two different things. There's, on one hand, there's the people that are like super radical in their like. Thanks for the prime time, Lori. Thank you. There's people who are super radical in trying to. I'll explain it.
I think more should be looked into that. So, former Democrat, now Republican, looking forward to the next 4 years.
Stay with C-SPAN.
Basically pushing like extremely unreasonable for unreasonable things to happen that like affect everyday people.
Here are the numbers.
I think that's one side of it. Like there are trans people that are trying to push like some, and again, this isn't everybody. This is a small, well, I don't know about small. It's probably taken over a lot of the LGBT community. But there's a subset of people that are trying to like push like ridiculous acceptance stuff onto people where like you lose your job if you like misgender somebody, like even if it's like an honest accident. You have that, and then on the other side you have non-trans people that are like trying to use it to like make themselves feel better about themselves, right? Like for instance, you have a lot of like celebrities that they have like multiple trans children. Like, how does that even happen? Like you shit like that going on as well. And I think I think their community, I think a lot of the LGBT community is being used by these people that want to feel better about themselves, that they're like more accepting than other people. Yeah, I feel you, Pepper. Obama.
If you're paying paying close attention to the screen, for several former presidents walking into the rotunda. There's Barack Obama.
Oh yeah, where is
entering in now?
Where is Michelle?
Previously saw former President Bill Clinton and former First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton, and former President George W. Bush and former First Lady Laura Bush.
That conspiracy theory is like so funny to me. Like that conspiracy theory like cracks me up like so fucking hard. It's like it's so dumb. There's like a basic. There's like, if you don't know, there's a conspiracy theory that Michelle Obama is a man. That's why everyone says that. That's why everyone's saying Big Mike, because it's like a conspiracy theory. It's so stupid that it's funny. How did it start? There's a lot of things about it.
What's that? Sure, that's pretty neat.
She's more muscular than her husband. That doesn't say anything, though. I mean, that doesn't say anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please take your seats.
Dude, I'm gonna... She takes Superman like down. I swear to God, dude. I swear. God, I would hate to be in this room. I would hate to be in this room. There's so many fucking people. It's like so crowded. Everyone wants to talk all the time. Oh my God. Yeah, me too, Shy. Me too. I know it smells crazy in there. Oh my God.
The U.S. Capitol, again, various shots that we've been showing you throughout the morning. The president's intended cabinet standing up there as part of the ceremony, legislators taking their seats and other dignitaries. That's at the Capitol as the events are set to start in just a little while from now. After it's all said and done, the president expected to go back into the vehicles.
Is he gonna rally?
Across Washington to the Capitol One Center, which we've been showing you.
He's gonna fucking rally
for a good deal.
Bro,
of the morning
this guy loves there. Rallying.
That's where
the rallies never end.
Post rally, the parade of sorts.
The South Park joke is so right. It's so true. He wants to rally all the time
and heading there to meet his supporters. Again, here comes members of the Supreme Court.
The fucking wizards. Don't they look like a fucking like a group of wizards coming out? Now the mages.
As members of the Supreme Court walk in, later on you're going to see the Chief Justice, John Roberts, issue the oath of office for the president-elect, for him to take. And then after that, the vice president taking his oath, being sworn in by Justice Kavanaugh. Vice President sworn in by Justice Kavanaugh.
Wait, both of them? Nej, fine now.
Yeah.
Dude, I really hope nothing happens, man.
Nothing ever happens.
I don't know, man. I don't know. One thing happened one time. Wait, how come Zuck gets to be in there? Why is Zuck in there? Dude, he's fucking huge now. What the fuck? You remember when he was a little kid? Bro, what the fuck?
Trump family entering now.
They put some dude.
Trump.
They put some Miracle Grow in his ass or something. What the fuck?
Capitol.
Holy shit! Do these ultra MAGA, dude.
Time to spam Ron Paul gift so nothing does happen.
Thanks for the bits, man. Thank you, Goto. On that super. Dude, the super Mel Vitality is so funny. Like after fucking Alex. The hate feeds this girl. I'm not gonna lie though, I could totally see him as a Sith Lord. Like can't you totally see him like as a Sith Lord? The fucking robes, the fucking red lightsaber. I know. Baron Stanzaga, Baron Trump. Vivek is cooked after his after what he said? You think he's cooked? Absolutely. He's politically cooked. Song as a kid. Anyone sing this song as a kid in school? We sang this song like every week. Was it to the Gulf Stream waters? This land was made for you and me. It was so long, dude. So long ago. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, former vice presidents, the Honorable Dan Quayle, accompanied by Mrs. Marilyn Quayle, and the Honorable Michael Pence.
Thanks for the follow, the giveaway. Thank you. Do you guys think that Trump hates him?
Ladies and gentlemen, the 42nd President of the United States, the Honorable William J. Clinton, accompanied by the Honorable Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Dude, doesn't Hillary Clinton look kind of like a Ghibli final boss, dude?
Ladies and gentlemen, the 43rd President of the United States, the Honorable George W. Bush, accompanied by Mrs. Laura Bush.
Do they all get their own theme songs, or is it the same song? When Trump comes in, does he get to be announced as like, does he get to come in too, and then come in again?
Ladies and gentlemen, the 44th President of the United States, the Honorable Barack H. Obama.
Dude, it's so weird seeing him come out alone. It's so awkward. Dude,
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief Justice of the United States.
They waited extra
the Honorable
long.
John G. Roberts Jr. and the Associate Justices of the Supreme Court of the United States.
The wizards. Send in the wizards. The Council of Wizards. They look like wizards, man. The goat Clarence. I like Clarence. He's getting old though, man. He's getting old. Thanks for the follow, sir. Thank you. Wait, it just opened? What's going on? No music? Oh, shit. Wait, what was that? What was that about?
Let the scuff be real.
The crazy thing about that whole thing, though, Dockabert, is they didn't even make it illegal. Everyone, like, pretended like the justices made abortion illegal. They didn't really do that. They just said it's up to the states to decide. Thanks for the sub, Jaffa. Thank you. Hey, Tweak. Wait, am I still
Tiffany
on Marvel?
Trump and Baron Trump.
Dude! The Sith Lord! Dude! Doesn't he look like a Sith Lord? Dude, holy fuck! Thanks for the sub. Thank you, SJ, MCC, and Uavi Shores. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Thank you so much. He's got the gray alien DNA. Yo, you think he's good at Fortnite? You think he can build in Fortnite? What do you guys think? Wait, he's cracked at PUBG? Wait, really? Wait, really? Really, my dream? Like, seriously? Leafy's in college? I act like he's still 12? Well, what the fuck? I still play Fortnite. Thanks for the follow, Armin. Thank you.
I look forward to when my fellow Sith Lord takes over the US government and reforms it to the first true American empire. Leaflit.
Dude, he's freaking massive, dude. What the heck? You guys remember when he was like a little dude? That feels like it wasn't that long ago. He was like a little kid. The goddamn tower, man. Fortnite a couple days ago. They get me too.
Ladies and gentlemen, escorting Dr. Biden and Mr. Emhoff, the Republican
I think
staff
it's likely
director of the
bearded.
Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, Ms. Emily Leviner, the Senate Secretary for the Minority, the Honorable Gary Myrick,
I think it was a
House of
huge play,
Representatives
honestly.
Chief Administrative Officer, the Honorable Catherine Spindor, and Mr. Bruce Fisher.
I used like the princess skin from like a while, like a couple
Ladies
seasons
and
ago.
gentlemen, Dr. Jill Biden and Mr.
Thanks
Douglas
for the Prime
Emhoff.
Wolves. Thank you so much, man. Wolves of Rust, thank you. No, we saw Biden. We saw Biden. He didn't skip. We saw him. Do you guys think that Jill Biden hates Kamala? What do you guys think? You think she hates her? Yeah. Better question, who likes Kamala? Well, AOC told us that no one likes her, even in the Democrat Party. It's like I said, I appreciate AOC at least telling the truth about that shit, you know? She like telling it how it is, right? Go slow. What the fuck? I too. Legend says I too like big booty Latinas. Did you know that's my Steam alt? My Steam alt is AOC Big Booty Latina TTV. God, this is like going to a wedding, isn't it? Like, fuck. Daka, thank you so much for the sub, man. Thank you, Daka. Thank you. God, I hope not. Thinking about Fortnite. Celebrity rivals? Who would he main? Probably a Punisher. Although it'd be hilarious if he made Wolverine. That would be fucking hilarious. I wonder what they're thinking about me on 4chan right now. What is Paul saying about me? Do you think the atheists are seething right now that this song is playing? My separation of church and state. President says I'm atheist, I'm not seething. Christian song? Yes. Wait, am I wrong? It is. It is. I'm pretty sure it is. Me too, Shy. Dude, can you imagine it like right after this? It starts like it just drops the beat and Snoop comes out. How many minutes would I be able to last in this room, Mighty Germ? I would have checked out already. I probably could last like maybe like 5.
I can't
maximum.
wait for the Epstein and Diddy lists to be released tomorrow.
I hope so, Mikan. I hope so. I'm hoping for a big news day tomorrow, you know? Who am I standing next to in there? Probably Elon. So I can ask him. I'd be like, bro, why don't you just tell everyone that you're too busy? Bro, she looks like Carmen Sandiego. Dude, she looks like Carmen Sandiego fit, dude. We found her, guys. Thanks for the follow, Bronzia. Thank you. Holy shit. What? Wait, what? What?
Execute Order 66.
Wait, did something happen?
Ladies and gentlemen, performing Oh America.
No, we're good.
Welcome the Armed Forces Chorus and America's tenor, Christopher D. Macchio.
Is there like another one now?
To thee I will be. Oh, America, no weeping.
Am I behind?
There been wounded heart. I will keep you
Prime. Thank you, Death Smelter. Thank you. I can try the refresh.
Grand and all through this land, you are beautiful to me. Oh, America, you're calling.
We have a backup, dude. We have a backup.
From your mountains grand.
If this one dies, we have the backup one. Yawgmoth's bargain, mommy. Can you say it in Czech? Can you say it? Can you say Yawgmoth's bargain? What? Guys, do I want nigiri sushi or do I want unagi donburi? What do you guys think, chat? Do I want unagi don or do I want like sushi? Unagi. Thank you. Huh? Fox has better audio? Okay, look at my mom said to use Fox.
Oh, America, you're calling.
All right, now we got 3, guys. We're 3 layers in. We've got 3.
Damn, Biden took away Snoop's melanin because he decided to play at Trump's inauguration. Now he's an Italian singer cat.
Can I have some saba
I like
too?
your mom's EDC cleaning stream.
Just 2.
I'm glad I didn't miss this half of the stream, though.
Thank you. Oh, mommy. Order me a wonton soup as well. Just get like a whole one, like a big one.
The
and you can have some too.
Jackie Barber.
Just use my credit card.
House of Representatives, the Honorable Kevin F. McCumber, Mr. John Bessler, Mrs.
Wonton
Kelly
soup
Johnson,
is so good.
Mrs. Iris Weinshaw Schumer, and Mrs. Jennifer Scalise.
I love wonton soup. It's so good. The great MAGA king. Dude, can you imagine though being worried that you can be killed at any moment? That's crazy. I know, and playing for real. Where in the world is... She's a Carmen Sandiego cosplay, dude. Shanks a song from freaking Mortal Kombat. I like the hat. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, escorting the President of the United States and
Thanks for
the
the follow,
Vice
Godly.
President
Thank
of the
you.
United
Thank you for the bits,
States,
Jago. Thank
ranking
you.
member of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, the Honorable Deb Fischer, House Democratic Leader,
Dude, this
the
is
Honorable
taking so
Hakeem
long.
Jeffries, and Senate
Just to
Majority
introduce
Secretary,
everyone. Like,
the
holy
Honorable
shit.
Robert Duncan.
I'm telling you, this is like a freaking wedding. It's like a royal ball, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, the Honorable Joseph R. Biden Jr., and Vice President of the United States, the Honorable
They hate each other. They hate each other.
Ladies
Thanks
and
for the follow,
gentlemen,
Gogeta. Thank
escorting
you.
the Vice President-elect, the Executive Director for the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, Mr. Michael Wagner, Senate Deputy Sergeant-at-Arms and Doorkeeper, Jason Bell, and House Deputy Sergeant-at-Arms, Mr. Sean Keating.
Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth.
Take a drink every time Sleepy Joe looks at
Ladies
his
and
watch.
gentlemen, the Vice
Thanks,
President-elect of the United States, the Honorable J.D. Vance.
I'm gonna be real with you guys. I was kind of skeptical about him at first until like he did some interviews and I was like, damn. Could've said 6 ads. Yeah, it's automatic. Thanks for the Prime Comic Chameleon. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the Prime, man. Thank you. Thanks for the sub, Potato Germ. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yo, it's Choose Twitter Mutual. How did that happen? How did that happen?
Ladies and gentlemen, escorting the President-elect, the Staff Director for the Joint Congressional
I kind
Committee
of
on
want it. I
Inaugural
want a
Ceremonies,
copy of
Elizabeth
Yawgmoth's Bargain
Farah,
now.
House Sergeant-at-Arms, the Honorable William P. McFarland.
Should I buy one?
Senate
Like, put it on my
Sergeant-at-Arms
desk?
And Doorkeeper, the Honorable Jennifer A. Hemingway. Senate Majority Leader, the Honorable John Thune. And the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, House Democratic Leader, the Honorable Hakeem Jeffries. House Majority Leader, the Honorable Steve Scalise. Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Honorable Mike Johnson. Senate Democratic Leader, the Honorable Charles E. Schumer. Ranking Member of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, the Honorable Deb Fischer. And Chairwoman of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, the Honorable Amy Klobuchar.
Theme song? Like, what the We are unbidden by what has been.
Ladies Ladies and gentlemen, the President-elect of the United States, the Honorable Donald John Trump.
Nice. He couldn't reach because the hat was too big. The hat guard. Dude, they're gonna make fun of that. They're gonna make fun of that so hard tomorrow. Just you wait. In fact, they're probably making fun of it on X right now. Dude, Gravity and Biscuits, I want that so bad. Yagamas Bargain, autographed by Vans. I want that so bad. Thanks for the follow, Psyduck. Thank you. Oh man, imagine you're outside. You have to watch it on the screen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Man, it really is like church, dude. Deadly Mouse is not a Trump guy, but I feel better about this than the Biden or Harris ones. I think a lot of people feel the same way. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that voted for Trump that made like a calculation like I don't really want to vote for him, but like I kind of have to, you know. I feel like that happened with a lot of people.
Please welcome the chairwoman of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies, the Honorable Amy Klobuchar.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 60th presidential inauguration. Today, President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect Vance will take their oaths of office, and we will witness the peaceful transfer of power at the heart of our democracy.
Thanks for the follow, Ian Curtis and Thorn Cross. Thank you.
For the past year, I've chaired the Inaugural Ceremony Committee, which includes the leadership of Congress from both parties. We thank the committee and Capitol staff and law enforcement who worked so hard over the last year, and especially the last 3 days. You've done a beautiful job, and you have shown grace under pressure.
Wasn't it last minute that they did it inside? Because of the weather, right?
Our enduring democracy. The presence of so many presidents and vice presidents here today is truly a testament to that endurance. We welcome President Biden and Dr. Biden. We welcome Vice President Harris and Doug Emhoff, President Obama, President Clinton, and Secretary.
You guys like the man spreading on the left side?
Laura Bush.
And then like
Vice
Joe
President
Biden.
Pence,
Joe Biden and Kamala with the same sitting posture.
The justices of the United States Supreme Court are with us, all 9 of them, I counted, and of course the Trump and Vance
and security
families.
As the new age of technological warfare is here.
What will soon be 250 years of our democracy. It is the moment when leaders elevated by the will of the people promise to be faithful to our Constitution, to cherish and defend it. It is the moment when they become, as we all should be, the guardians of our country. Through war and peace, through adversity and prosperity, we hold this inauguration every 4 years. And today it falls on Martin Luther King Day, a further reminder that we must strive to uphold the values enshrined in our Constitution, the freedoms, the liberties, and, as is inscribed on the entrance of the United States Supreme Court, equal justice under law. what makes this moment more than a passing ceremony
If something
is all who are
theoretically
watching it
happens to
across
all
the
parties
country.
here,
The people of this
what
nation,
happens?
the ordinary
Is there like
people
a designated
doing extraordinary
survivor?
things.
There's always a designated
President
survivor.
Kennedy, who at one point worked as a senator in this building and would often walk through this very rotunda, once said, "In a democracy, every citizen, regardless of
Wasn't
interest
that a
in
movie?
politics,
I swear that was a
holds
movie.
office. Every one of us is in a position of
Thanks for that, Wolf. Thank
responsibility."
you.
With that responsibility of citizenship comes an obligation not to seek out malice, as President Lincoln once reminded us, but to view others with a generosity of spirit despite our differences. With that responsibility of leadership comes an obligation to stand our ground when we must and find common ground when we can. With everything swirling around us, the hot mess of division, it is on all of us, to quote an incredible songwriter who just happened to be born in my state, to ensure that our nation's democracy is our shelter from the storm. There's a reason this ceremony takes place at the Capitol. In other countries, it might be in a presidential palace or a gilded executive office building. Here it is traditionally held at the Capitol, the People's House. It is a fitting reminder of the system of checks and balances that is the very foundation of our government. 3 equal branches of government. That is how, for nearly 250 years, our great American experiment, grounded in the rule of law, has endured.
Isn't that crazy? That's not even that long.
As we inaugurate
That's crazy.
a new president and vice president, let us remember that the power of those in this room comes from the people. The construction workers who build our country, the teachers and healthcare workers who nurture us, the troops defending our freedoms, and yes, the firefighters in Los Angeles putting themselves on the line for us. Our democracy's strength and grit must match
What's up,
theirs.
Hooks, man?
May God bless
TLDR.
our nation.
We are
Thank
brain
you.
rotted to the core. We can't pay attention. Judge, jury, execution.
Good afternoon. Endurance through the years is the ultimate test. To persevere through time is the truest measure of an idea, an institution, and a nation. Our founders wrote the Constitution so that America could withstand all the twists and turns of time. They wrote it to guide us and to preserve forever our right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But as much as the truths and principles enshrined in our Constitution remain the same, our democracy promises the American people the power to change, to chart their own destiny. That's the beauty. That is the importance of democracy. It allows the endurance, the permanence of a nation through change. It allows nations like our United States both to avoid the obstacles and to seize the opportunities.
They're like, Biden, don't check your watch,
God
man.
has placed before us, all while staying true to our founding principles. Today is our country's 60th inauguration
in
ceremony.
Marvel?
Like all
Mantis.
the others before it, it is a celebration
She's
of
cosplaying
our
right now.
right to set our uniquely American course. The past several years have been trying at times for many, many Americans, and also for the nations of the free world that we humbly strive to lead. In November, Americans chose again to steer this nation towards
Why
greatness.
does Sleepy Joe look like he's crying and about to fall
Taking a nap
asleep?
right now.
And prosperous future that our founders.
Dude, he's old, man. He's old. He's tired.
And today, we celebrate not only their decision to do so, but also the simple right and wisdom of a free people to make their own choice so that their nation might
Trump is
endure.
checked out too.
And now, allow me to welcome Archbishop Timothy Dolan and Reverend Franklin Graham, who will deliver our invocation. Please rise.
Be still and know that I am God, supreme among the nations, supreme on the earth. Let us pray. Remembering General George Washington on his knees at Valley Forge, recalling Abraham Lincoln at his second inaugural, with malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right. Remembering General George Patton's instructions to his soldiers as they began the Battle of the Bulge 8 decades ago. Pray. Pray when fighting. Pray alone. Pray with others. Pray by night. Pray by day. Observing the birthday of the Reverend Martin Luther King, who warned, without God, our efforts turn to ashes. We, blessed citizens of this one nation under God, humbled by our claim that in God we trust, gather indeed this Inauguration Day to pray for our President Donald J. Trump, his family, his advisors, his cabinet, his aspirations, his vice president, for the Lord's blessings upon Joseph Biden, for our men and women in uniform, for each other whose hopes are stoked this new year, this Inauguration Day. We cannot err in relying upon that prayer from the Bible, upon which our president will soon place his hand in oath, as we make our own the supplications of King Solomon for wisdom as he began
Is it lagging?
his governance.
Something happening?
God of our fathers, in your wisdom you set man to govern your creatures, to govern in holiness and justice.
It's behind the live.
To render justice with integrity. Give our leader wisdom, for he is your servant, aware of his own
Thanks, Morpheus.
weakness
Thank
and
you so
brevity
much.
of life. If wisdom which comes not from you be not with him, he shall be held in no esteem. Send wisdom from heavens that she may be with him, that he may know your designs. Please, God, bless America. Please, mend her every flaw. You are the God in whom we trust, who lives and reigns forever and ever. Amen.
Mr. President, the last 4 years, there are times I'm sure you thought it was pretty dark. But look what God has done. We praise him and give him glory. Let us pray. Our Father and our God, thou hast said, blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. As the prophet Daniel prayed, blessed be the name of God forever and ever. For wisdom and might are his. He changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings. He raises up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding. Our Father, today, as President Donald J. Trump takes the oath of office once again, we come to say thank you, O Lord our God. Father, when Donald Trump's enemies thought he was down and out, you and you alone saved his life and raised him up with strength and power by your mighty hand. We pray for President Trump that you'll watch over, protect, guide, direct him, Give him your wisdom from your throne on high. We ask that you would bless him and that our nation would be blessed through him. We also ask that you would bless and protect Melania as First Lady. We thank you for the beauty, the warmth, and grace that she shows not only to this nation, but to the whole world. We thank you for Vice President-elect J.D. Vance and his wife Usha and their young family. May he be a strength to President Trump, to stand beside him, to hold up his arms like Aaron held up the arms of Moses in the midst of battle. The prophet Samuel reminded the people, it was you that brought them up from the land of Egypt. And he said, now stand still that I may reason with you before the Lord. So Father, we take this moment to stand still, to remember the great things that you have done for this nation. Thank you for the protection, the bounty, the freedoms that we so enjoy. We remember to keep our eyes fixed on you, and may our hearts be inclined to your voice. We know that America can never be great again if we turn our backs on you. We ask for your help, and we pray all of this in the name of the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, your Son, my Savior, and our Redeemer, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Associate Justice Kavanaugh to administer the Vice Presidential Oath of Office.
What an interesting stream to return to, lol.
Yo, Fade, what's up, man? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear.
I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
He's making Yawgmoth's bargain right now, side.
That I will bear true faith.
That I will bear true faith.
And allegiance to the same.
And allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation.
Without any mental reservation.
Or purpose of evasion.
Or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
The duties of the office.
The duties of the office.
On which I am about to enter.
On which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Vice President.
Dude, Donald is gonna rally so fucking hard after this.
Please welcome Chief Justice Roberts to administer the Presidential Oath of Office.
He's gonna rally hard. When does that start?
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
She looks like Carmen Sandiego, like a blue, like a player two Carmen Sandiego. I know, dude. Oh, God bless, it's over. But he has to make it to the rally. He's got a rally tonight. Wait, is he going like right now to the rally? He's gonna rally right now? What time is the rally? Wait, what time is the rally?
We have the biggest pledges. No one knows pledges like I do. We have bigger pledges, you.
Dude, what? He's gonna sign the executive orders at the rally? Dude, he's signing it at the rally. No, it says he's doing it at the rally. At rally, Trump will sign executive orders. God, guys, breaking news. Guys, we got some breaking news here. Apparently, like right before this, like literally right before this happened, Biden pardoned all of his siblings and all of their spouses. Like sweeping pardon, just like they did to Hunter. Pardoned literally everyone. Bro. And Fauci, yeah, and Fauci. Marmax says Chad Boo. She doesn't want to be there. Of course she doesn't want to.
Epstein and Diddy list time.
I know, that's what, dude, I want it so bad.
Also, Trump can overturn a pardon as an executive order, so Biden just made himself look worse.
Baron wants to go home and play Marvel Rap. Anybody know what time the rally is? Like, are we staying up for the rally? That's the question. I know, right? Let's DM for schedule. Yo, thank you, Oka. You're a legend. Oh my God, it's at 8? Bro, I don't know if I can stay up that long. It's 8? Dude, that's so long. In the beauty of the take a nap and get back up?
Christ was born across the sea with our glory. Let us die to make men free, while God is
Hell yeah, Hooks. God bless America and no place else. Well, guys, thanks for the follow, Darkside. Guys, listen. This just means that the work is starting right now, and if they better not fuck it up. That's all I'm saying. I'm watching, and I'm gonna be very disappointed if they fuck it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and pleasure to introduce to you the 45th and the 47th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
Dude, what if he did do that? Yo, God, thank you so much for the gift subs, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. What if he did do that? What if he went up and he said, all right, guys, I'm back. Execute project 2025. He just fucking said it like straight up. Thanks for the 5 gifts. Thank you, Samzaga. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Vice President Vance.
It would be fucking crazy.
Speaker Johnson, Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts, Justices of the United States Supreme Court, President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens. The golden age of America begins right now.
Let's go!
From this day forward, our country
Don't lie to
will
me, man, please.
and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first.
God bless. It's about time. It's about damn time. It's almost like they should be caring about us first.
Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored.
Execute Order 2025.
The scales of justice
Make America
will be
great again.
Rebalanced.
Huge.
The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end. And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free.
America first? What a concept.
I know, right? Thank you so much, by the way. Thank you for the bits. Thank you.
America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic.
Did you hear about the two meme coins Donald and Melania launched, though? DJT Crypto Bro fans are about to get right pulled. Coffeezilla is melting down about it. Leaflit lol.
Thanks for the bits, 50. I need to check it out.
To seize this opportunity like never before. But first, we must be honest about the challenges we face. While they are plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America. As we gather today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens, while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair. We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people.
Make it make sense.
Can no longer deliver basic services in times of emergency, as recently shown by the wonderful people of North Carolina, been treated so badly. And other states who are still suffering from a hurricane that took place many months ago. Or more recently, Los Angeles, where we're watching fires still tragically burn from weeks ago without even a token of defense. They're raging through the houses and communities,
from Germany,
affecting some
USA,
of the wealthiest
USA,
and most powerful.
No, thanks, Austria. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We're sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting. But we can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do anything about it.
He's kind of off script, I think.
We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world. And we have an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them. All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly.
Bring back the songs, man. Do kids still learn how to square dance? Is that still a thing?
A recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal and all of these many betrayals that have taken place, and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their freedom.
We learned like line dancing and square dancing and all of the American songs.
America's decline
when I was a kid.
Over.
California. I was in California.
Our liberties and our nation's glorious destiny will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency,
I don't remember how to do it anymore, but
of America's government. Over the past 8 years, I have been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history, and I've learned a lot along the way. The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life. Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear. But I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again.
After the assassination attempt, it like changed them a lot, like religiously. That's what I heard.
Thank you very much. That is why each day under our administration of American patriots, we will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day.
What if you made that a holiday, but like another holiday? Liberation Day.
It is my hope that our recent presidential election will be remembered as
Trump
the
Day.
greatest and most consequential election in the history of our country. As our victory showed, the entire nation is rapidly unifying behind our agenda with dramatic increases in support from virtually every
I
element
still don't
of
know
our
what
society,
Juneteenth
young
is.
and old, men and women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans,
Any VIP
Asian
going through a very
Americans,
life-threatening
urban,
event would go
suburban,
through
rural,
that same
and
crusade.
very
Of
importantly,
course
we
it
had
has
a
changed
powerful
him.
win in all 7 swing states, and the popular vote, we won by millions.
It was crazy how much he won.
People. To the black and Hispanic
I thought it'd be
communities,
closer, to be
I want
honest.
thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor, but in his honor we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will make his dream come true.
Thanks for the sub. Appetite for guns. Thank you.
Imagine
Me too.
him saying,
I just went
would
shooting
like
yesterday.
to establish Liberation Day in the Ministry of Super Earth. Thank you.
National unity is now returning to America, and confidence and
Sauter says
pride
total
is soaring
DEI death.
like
I
never
agree. I think DEI is like
In
really
everything we
fucking
do,
toxic.
My administration will
Awful.
be
Makes
inspired
everything
by
worse.
Strong pursuit of excellence and unrelenting success. We will not forget our country. We will not forget our Constitution, and we will not forget our God. Can't do that.
Damn. Let's go.
Today I will sign a series of historic executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America.
You guys didn't
and the
earn it?
Revolution
Actually true.
of common sense. It's all about
Literally what it
common
means.
sense. First,
Quebec
I will
seething.
declare a national emergency at our southern border. All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy.
Nice. Why did they take that out, by the way?
I will end the practice of catch and release.
Like, why?
And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country.
For the votes?
Under the orders I signed today,
It just
we will
seems too
also
obvious,
be
you know what I mean?
designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
You know, like, I feel like it might have been irreversible if Trump didn't win here. I think it would have been. I sort of feel like it's like
invoking the alien
would have went over the top at that
of
point.
1798, I will direct our government to use the full and immense power of federal and state
Might
law
still be, yeah, I know,
enforcement to
Zen.
eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs and criminal networks, bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil, including our cities and inner cities. As Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions, and that is exactly what I am going to do. We will do it at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Next,
I think what Guinea's talking about is like they've been buying a lot of farmland. The country of China
was record inflation and rapidly bring down costs and prices. The inflation crisis was caused by massive overspending and escalating energy prices, and that is why today I will also declare a national energy emergency.
Non-US citizens cannot vote in the presidential election. How is this not common knowledge?
I mean, it's more that if you don't... If you don't check IDs and stuff like that, it makes it a lot easier for people to
will be a
cheat.
Manufacturing nation once again, and we have something that no other manufacturing nation will ever have.
Also, population. If you notice, population actually changes the state's power, like the districts, the power of like different districts.
Fill our strategic
for the census,
reserves up again, right to the top, and export American energy all over the world. We will be a rich nation again, and it is that liquid gold under our feet that will help to do it. With my actions today, we will end the Green New Deal, and we will revoke the electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers.
Meanwhile, nuclear sitting there, underutilized.
The car of your choice. We will build automobiles in America again at a rate that nobody could have dreamt possible just a few years ago. And thank you to the auto workers of our nation for your inspiring vote of confidence. We did tremendously with their vote.
I want to buy a truck, guys. What kind of truck should I buy?
The overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries,
diesel. My mom wants to get a diesel.
And tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens.
She wants a truck for like a.
We are establishing the
like a shit hits the fan truck.
Internal Revenue Service to collect all tariffs, duties, and revenues. It will be massive amounts of money pouring into our treasury, coming from foreign sources.
Tacoma,
all
right.
The dream will soon be back and thriving like never before to restore competence and effectiveness to our federal government. My administration will establish the brand new
My mom wanted a Cybertruck, but
government efficiency.
It sucks. It sucks, and a shit is the fan situation. Charging is like impossible.
The Ford F-150.
After years of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free expression, I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America.
Our Tesla.
Never again will the immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents.
That's what I want, Smooth Bandit. I want that so bad. Repeal the NFA, fucking please.
We will not allow that to happen. It will not happen again. Under my leadership, we will restore
I want it so
fair,
bad.
equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law.
Can he do that? Thanks for the bit swap. Thank you. Can he actually do that?
He's going to bring law and order back to our cities.
He should have picked Brandon Herrera for ATF. I I would have loved that.
This week, I will also end the government policy of
I want
trying
national
to
CCW too.
socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life. We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based.
God bless.
As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Damn, people are going to be very pissed.
This week, I will reinstate any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate with full back pay.
X is going to have a meltdown? I gotta look right now.
And I will sign an order to stop our warriors from being subjected to radical political theories and social
it's not loading, guys. X is done.
Duty. It's going to end.
Wait, okay, finally. Holy shit.
Our armed forces will be free
X
to
is
focus
fucked
on
right
their
now.
sole
X is
mission,
fucked.
defeating America's enemies.
all around on X and Blue Sky.
Like in 2017, we will again build the strongest military the world has ever seen. We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into.
Dude, I want to see on X.
My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, one day before I assumed office, the hostages in the Middle East are coming back home to their families. America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world. A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name of a great president.
Thanks so much for the Vince. Thank you, dude. That is so fucking meme. That is so meme, dude. Like, that's unreal. That's fucking hilarious.
President McKinley made our country very rich.
That's actually so funny.
And through talent. He was a natural businessman and gave Teddy Roosevelt the money for many of the great things he did, including the Panama Canal, which has foolishly been given to the country of Panama after the United States. The United States, I mean, think of this, spent more money than ever spent on a project before and lost 38,000 lives in the building of the Panama Canal.
That was pretty dumb, by the way.
Treated very badly from this foolish gift that should have never been made. And Panama's promise to us has been broken. The purpose of our deal and the spirit
part's
of our
true,
treaty
too.
has been totally violated. American ships
It was only given
are
to
being
Panama under certain
severely
conditions.
overcharged,
And basically,
and
those
not treated
conditions are no
fairly
longer
in
fulfilled.
any
so.
way, shape, or form, and that includes the United States Navy. And above all, China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
Damn, dude. What's Panama gonna say? Like, salvo's fired at Panama. Panama sweating right now.
Above all, my message to
Kamala looks
Americans
so
today
mad.
is that it is time for us to once again act with courage, vigor,
She looks fucking mad.
and the vitality of history's greatest civilization. So as we liberate our nation, we will lead it to new heights of victory and success. We will not be deterred. Together we will end the chronic disease epidemic and keep our children safe, healthy, and disease-free. The United States will once again consider itself a growing nation, one that increases our wealth, expands our territory, builds our cities, raises our expectations, and carries our flag into new and beautiful horizons.
We should watch a video about
And
Panama.
we will pursue our
tomorrow.
manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
I'll explain it after this, like the Panama thing. Look at Elon! Elon's so hype! Yeah, my dream.
Ambition.
Yo, Sucker.
is
Tucker's
the
there. And
lifeblood of a
Laura.
great nation. And right now our nation is more ambitious than any other. There's no nation like our nation.
Was that Laura or did I get it wrong?
Americans are explorers,
I got it wrong.
builders,
They look the
innovators,
same.
entrepreneurs, and pioneers. The spirit of the frontier is written into our hearts. The call of the next great adventure resounds from within our souls. Our American ancestors turned a small group of colonies on the edge of a vast continent into a mighty republic of the most extraordinary citizens on earth. No one comes close. Americans pushed thousands of miles through a rugged land of untamed wilderness. They crossed deserts, scaled mountains, braved untold dangers, won the Wild West, ended slavery, rescued millions from tyranny, lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom, launched mankind into the heavens, and put the universe of human knowledge into the palm of the human hand. If we work together, there is nothing we cannot do and no dream we cannot achieve. Many people thought it was impossible for me to stage such a historic political comeback. But as you see today, here I am. The American people have spoken.
By the way, I won. GG. I'm translating it for you guys in gamer words, alright? By the way, GG, you lost, I won. You said I wouldn't win. You talk shit. Guess who won? You're the noob, not me.
I stand before you now
Oh,
as
so
proof that
easy.
you should never believe that something
Wasn't even
is
trying.
impossible to do. In America, the impossible is what we do best. From New York to Los Angeles, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Miami, from Houston to right here in
should have said-
Washington, D.C.
From
Our
Detroit
country was
down
forged
to
and built
Houston,
by the generations
New York
of
to
patriots who
LA.
gave everything they had for our rights and for
You should have
our
done it in that
freedom.
order.
They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, steel workers and coal miners, police officers and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, and let no obstacle defeat their spirit or their pride. Together they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built great highways, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism,
2
and
world
communism,
wars, man.
and triumphed over every single
Don't worry about
challenge that
Vietnam.
they
We don't
faced.
talk about that one.
After all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America promise, and we will rebuild the nation that we love, and we love it so much. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. So to every parent who dreams for their child, and every child who dreams for their future, I am with you, I will fight for you, and I will win for you. We are going to win like never before.
Nice. Keep winning.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In recent years, our nation has suffered greatly.
God, we needed this so bad.
To bring it back.
So, like after 2020 was so bad. Not I'm not even just talking about the election. Just like everything was
bad. We
bad.
will be a nation like no other.
Holy fuck, it was awful.
Courage and exceptionalism.
What a downer, 2020, man.
Stop all wars and bring a new spirit
just
of
like
unity
COVID
to
and
a
everything,
world that has been angry, violent, and totally unpredictable. America will be respected again and admired again.
Yeah, I feel that.
Including by people of religion, faith, and goodwill. We will be prosperous. We will be proud. We will be strong, and we will win like never before. We will not be conquered. We will not be intimidated. We will not be broken. And we will not fail. From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation.
Nice.
We will stand bravely. We will live proudly. We will dream boldly. And nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours. And our golden age has just begun. Thank you. God bless America. Thank you all. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I mean, I hope it's better. I think for everyone, I hope it's better.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm hoping things go well. I hope there's not like too much like pendulum shifting all the other way, you know.
Please welcome the Armed Forces.
We can return to like kind of saner times.
Underwood.
No, wait. I think that was Megyn Kelly. Damn it. I think I literally just all looked the same to her, dude. I think that was Megyn Kelly. Oops. They're both white women with like the same blonde hair. I can't tell. I'm anime. I'm sorry. I'm just waiting. Wait, DMCA incoming? Wait, real? Donald Trump's like, I'm going to fire this guy, like right after this. He's fucking done. For my first executive order, this guy fired. You're fired. So with the Panama thing, so like basically, there was like a large investment from America to like make the Panama Canal. It costed.
Leaflit is the best.
I'll go back into it later. Thank you so much. Thank you for this. Thank you.
Beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of rain, for purple mountain majesties. Above the fruited plain.
Did you guys learn this song? Did you learn this song in school? Really, you did it? We sang this like every week at school.
From sea to shining sea.
Dang, that's kind of rough though to be put on the spot like that, you know?
Ladies and gentlemen, Senator Fisher will now introduce the benediction clergy.
Smithers, get the Rolling Stones Guild.
I now call on Rabbi Ari Berman, Pastor Lorenzo Sewell, and Reverend Frank Mund to provide prayers of benediction.
Let us pray. Almighty God, your prophet Jeremiah walked the streets of Jerusalem and blessed its inhabitants with the Hebrew words, Baruch HaGever Eshe Yiftach BaHashem. Blessed is the one who trusts in God. Thousands of years later, this great nation, which adopted these words as its motto, "In God we trust," stands at a moment of historic opportunity. Americans
We have one Melcher, but it's on the side channel.
Our merciful Father, help us rise to meet this moment. Bless President Donald J. Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance with the strength and courage to choose the right and the good. Unite us around our foundational biblical values of life and liberty, of service and sacrifice, and especially of faith and morality, which George Washington called the indispensable supports of American prosperity. Guide our schools and college campuses, which have been experiencing such unrest, to inspire the next generation to pair progress with purpose, knowledge with wisdom, and truth with virtue. Hear the cry of the hostages.
They have three, Sad Gobo.
Both American and Israeli.
They have like a rabbi and then like two pastors. I'm guessing one Catholic and one Protestant.
We are so thankful for the 3 young women who yesterday returned home, and pray that the next 4 years brings peace to Israel and throughout the Middle East. Almighty God, grant all Americans the opportunity to realize our shared dream of a life filled with peace and plenty, health and happiness, compassion and contribution. Stir within us the confidence to rise to this moment. For while we trust in God, God's trust is in us, the American people. America is called to greatness, to be a beacon of light and a mover of history. May our nation merit the fulfillment of Jeremiah's blessing. That like a tree planted by water, we shall not cease to bear fruit. May all of humanity experience your love and your blessing. May it be thy will, and let us say, Amen.
Let us pray for our 47th president. Heavenly Father, we're so grateful that you gave our 45th and now our 47th president a millimeter miracle. We are grateful that you are the one that have called him for such a time as this, that America would begin to dream again. We pray that we would fulfill the true meaning of our creed, that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. We pray that you use our president, that we will live in a nation where we will not be judged by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, we are so grateful today that you will use our 47th president so we would sing with new meaning, my country, 'tis of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring, and because America is called to be a great nation, we believe that you will make this come true. So let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous hilltops of California, but
yeah,
God,
the best
we're
one so far,
asking
yeah,
you
for
not
sure.
only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and every molehill in Mississippi, from every state, every city, every village, and every hamlet. And when we let freedom ring, we will be able to speed up that day where all of your children, black men and white men, Protestant and Catholic, Jew and Gentile, will be able to sing in the meaning of that old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank you, God Almighty. We are free at last. If you believe where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Come on, put your hands together and give your great God great glory.
He's going all in, I know.
Almighty and eternal God, we gather here today in reverence, joined in our shared hopes and dreams for our beloved nation. In this sacred moment of the inauguration of President Donald J. Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance, we turn our hearts to you, seeking your divine assistance and abundant blessings upon this pivotal moment in history. We come before you with profound gratitude for the many gifts you have bestowed upon our land. Thank you for the freedoms we cherish, for the strength of our communities, and for the resilience of our spirit. As our President and Vice President embrace their newly appointed roles, we humbly implore that your everlasting love and wisdom will envelop them. Grant them the clarity of mind to navigate the challenges that lie ahead, and the compassion to serve all citizens with fairness and integrity. May their hearts be filled with a giving spirit.
There's a lot of different styles in Christianity
For those whom they represent. May they be beacons of hope in times of uncertainty, and prophetic voices in defending the dignity
I think both styles
of all
are nice,
created
personally.
life. We pray for a spirit of collaboration to flourish in our government and across our nation, fostering an environment where dialogue and heartfelt listening will prevail over division or discord. May each decision made by our President and Vice President reflect the values of justice and peace. As we embark on this new chapter, we also seek your comfort, O God, for those who feel lost or disheartened. In this time of transition, may your light shine upon them, reaffirming their belief in a brighter tomorrow. May we all strive to lift one another, supporting our fellow citizens with kindness and empathy, recognizing that together we can overcome any adversity. Grant us the strength to endure, the courage to face our fears, and the clarity to see the light that remains, even when clouds of uncertainty may gather. Inspire our new leaders to be champions for the vulnerable and advocates for those whose voices are often silenced. May they pursue policies that promote the well-being of all, seeking to build bridges that will foster unity and belonging. As we stand witness to this inauguration, we hold fast to the faith, to our faith in the goodness of each of us and the possibility of change. We trust that with your guidance, O God, our nation can move forward to a future filled with promise, prosperity, and understanding. And finally, we lift our hearts in gratitude for the beloved parents of President Trump. Without Mary and Fred Trump, this day would never be the miracle that has just begun. From their place in heaven, may they shield their son from all harm by their loving protection, and give him the strength to guide our nation along the path that will make America great again. Let us go forth now with these words of President Trump's emblazoned on our hearts. As long as we have pride in our beliefs, courage in our convictions, and faith in our God, then we will not fail. We stand tall, we stand proud, because we are Americans, and Americans kneel to God, and to God alone. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for our national anthem.
Oh, dang.
Son
was that?
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
What was that about? Also, Aka Rume, thank you so much for the tier 3 sub, by the way. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Aka. And thank you for the bits, Goto. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's some good memes out of this one too. There's gonna be a desire, and I think there's gonna be a desire and a temptation, I think, to go like
Tazuto coping and seething RN.
Thanks, Doom Slayer, thank you for the bits. To go like, I don't know, full fucking revenge mode and stuff. But I hope they can temper the pendulum swing. That's my hope. That's what I'm really like worried about, I guess. Is that it's like, you know, So on the thing about Panama, so basically Panama, America paid for like a lot of, it was like really expensive to like build the canal, and a lot of people died in the production. It was very dangerous. So like you have to consider, like, this was back in the day when there was like a lot of like jungle diseases and just like physical injuries that would like kill you. And yeah, and America paid for all of it basically. And Carter, I think it was Carter, I'm pretty sure it was Carter, basically just gave it back. And the idea behind, and this was because of like the growing like no colonialism like sentiments going around, oh, like no more colonialism and stuff like that, and like that's basically colonial. Like, you own like this part of the another country or whatever. So they gave it back for free. But the idea behind it was like, okay, we're gonna give it back to them for free, but like we get dibs on it, and like you're not gonna like use this for things that would be a national security risk to America. And basically China has been like working their way into like actually having having like their own like infrastructure and stuff at Panama. So they've been getting pretty upset. So that's why Trump is like, well, you know, you guys said you weren't going to do that, so if you're going to go back on it, then fuck it. You know what I mean? Akarumi, thank you so much. Thank you for the thank you for the 10 gift subs. I really appreciate it so much. Thank you. Thank you for your generosity. If you guys got any of the gift subs tonight, like, please thank the person that gave them to you.
I thought people were just joking, but they actually want Trump to invade my country and harm the people living.
Well, laughing about it like it's a movie or video game, I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I think what I think is gonna happen is I think Trump is gonna negotiate. Good to be with you. Is gonna negotiate.
Well, that is how we do it.
I don't think he's actually gonna try to
transition of
like
power. That is what we all
take it back. I think he's gonna use it as leverage to basically say, like, you know, remember our deal. You should stick with the deal. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yes, this is a historic moment And we should talk about some of the news that was made in the speech that President
I think he's going to use it as leverage to basically get the original deal
on the dot
honored. I think is what's going to happen. I think that's what we're going to get out of it personally.
And this was a victory lap for President Trump there, delivering his remarks in a stinging rhetorical rebuke to the previous administration seated just behind him in President Biden and former Vice President Kamala Harris. And I just have to note that.
Dude, look at that. Trump gets all the women talking, dude. You guys see that shit?
At times, some of the
it's that easy.
That
Holy
was going
shit.
on by former President Biden and former Vice President Harris was so obvious, having to listen to now President Trump deliver a litany of
there we go. Drops and Joyer says Panama broke the deal of neutrality towards international trafficking. The canal will be turned back over. Yeah, that's basically it.
Snapshot of that moment, the juxtaposition of that moment, of the rhetoric delivered by Trump, the body language.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Was just
my guess is that
we had to acknowledge.
My guess is that nothing's going to happen.
Acknowledge that.
In terms of him actually taking the canal back, I think he's going to use this leverage to like reinstate rules.
A campaign rally speech dressed up as an inaugural address. You heard there, if you watched the campaign last year and so many of his rally speeches, that he said what he was going to do. He said those campaign promises will become reality, and 2 national emergencies were declared, one there on the southern border, also one having to do with
Panama is neutral.
Well. So it's not every day that in an inaugural address.
Check out the White House website. Wait, did something happen?
2, let alone 1, national disaster emergencies. He said he's shutting down the southern border completely. He's designating the Mexican drug cartels.
Wait, is this new? Bro, what? This already went up?
So this was
no shot. What the?
Complete with news for those of us who cover.
Holy shit. See, this is just whitehouse.gov. The pardons? We'll take a look at it. Dang. Oh my god, dude. I can't believe this is the fucking homepage of whitehouse.gov, dude. Shago, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for the follows, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much.
If America
Thank you for the
wants
support.
to
Thanks,
project
Joel.
its sphere of influence, it's neocolonialism. But when China does the same, that is totally different and fair.
The thing that's kind of unfair is like China is still counted as a developing nation. They still like give it like those benefits. So everybody's like, it's just China. They're developing. Dude, this website is so good. Guys, this website is like solid. What the fuck? It looks so nice. Dang, executive actions. Oh, it's not here yet. That's so crazy. Are people talking? Are they taking calls again?
Without all those specific presidents, but then again, President Trump has once again done things unusually.
National emergency declared on the southern border and with energy. That's unusual.
Yes, it's
I have been, Lillian.
And the number of things which
right. A modern-looking website on the government domain. I know, Lucci. What the heck?
President Trump to President Biden. Essentially, the number of times that the president twisted the knife of, if you will, of twisting the policies. I'm reminded in some ways by John Kennedy when he took the oath of office.
Yeah, I agree too, Travatar, I agree.
He talked about the torch being passed to a new generation, but he didn't actually go in and say, because the old generation had failed us. It was assumed that the new generation was going to be something that was innovative and vigorous. It didn't have to be said. President Trump certainly took the opportunity to lay out essentially what could have been.
I hope they take more calls.
Speeches.
What is your take on the fact that Joe Biden pardoned more family members while everybody was at the Capitol? Not sure that Donald Trump was aware of that going in.
I think the flurry of pardons in the last few hours, in particular in the last day, has done something different to my eyes as a historian. Normally, we see people being pardoned when they've committed a crime or when they've been convicted of a crime. The blanket pardons that President Biden has given, especially given the sense of his opposition, that he has made the Justice Department into one of his own political weapons. The blanket pardons, excuse me.
Dude, what is this? What is this gaslighting? Like, when Trump was in office, he didn't try to lock anyone up, but they all went after fucking Trump. They all went after Trump as soon as he became not the president. In fact, when he was still the president, they were still going after him.
Breaking the law.
Like they slammed him with all of these charges that they wouldn't get on anyone else because everyone else is doing the same shit.
Still secret, perhaps.
Dude, what the fuck?
It's a very
the gaslighting is fucking real, bro.
I understand on a human level why President Biden.
Yo, guy, thank you so much for 5 gift subs. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
This is an odd precedent to essentially get a get out of jail free card for something that has not.
Yeah, but he said the same thing about Hillary and he didn't do it.
Live picture on your screen, east front of the Capitol. The Trumps and the Bidens are gathered for the farewell ceremony.
Melania's hat is an anti-sniffing protection from Biden.
It worked on Trump, though. It worked on Trump. The chastity hat. Thanks for the gift sub, man. Thank you. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you so much. Lex says I need to sleep for work, but history is happening. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It's just a start, right? Like, the work starts now, and we'll see. We'll see if they go through with what, everything that they've said. Thanks for the bits, Reptile. All I'm saying is, this is their chance. They have all the keys right now. They have to make something happen. And if it doesn't, we're fucking cooked. That's it. That's all there is to say. We'll try to be back tonight to watch the rally thing. Is that real? That's not real. Oh, dude, I wish this was real. Oh, it's not real. I wish it was real, though. Oh, I wish it was real. If only, man. Yo, Akarume, thank you. Oh, shoot. Thank you for the tier 3 gift sub. Thank you so much. Thank you, Akarume. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you. So let's see what's going on. Let me look at the schedule. We've got the schedule for what's going on today for the inauguration stuff. Okay, looks like the Senate at 4:30.
I'm
5
strangely
p.m.
okay with Hideo Kojima calling me gay.
So like 5 p.m. So that's in about 4 hours. President Trump holds the Oval Office signing event, so I'm guessing that's when he's going to slam a bunch of executive orders. And then there's the inaugural parade, and then at 8, so 2 hours after that, no, 3 hours, sorry. 3 hours after that, it's the inaugural balls, but when's the rally? Trump rallied today. Wasn't he going like yeah, I don't know. Is it right now?
Now, as many of you know, inaugurals were traditionally held.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
President and the helicopter sitting right now, and that was until 1981. And Ronald Reagan.
The inaugural parade, which is moved to the Capital One Arena, Trump said he will join the crowd.
First inaugural. And it's been on the West Front.
What is the inaugural parade? I've never watched that. What is it? Is it just like fucking...
Because of the weather. And
it's like the same thing as like the regular old parade?
First time in 40 years. Because of the weather. It's about
Trump rally in an hour
here in Washington, but quite windy, and it was predicted to be a little bit colder than it actually
Salvation Kick says Trump rally in an hour. Is that real?
Parade this afternoon at the Capital One Arena. That's where the Washington Capitals hockey team play and the Washington Wizards basketball team, and that will occur this afternoon. Of course, we will be live with that as well. But coming up at the Capitol after the Bidens take off for Andrews Air Force Base and fly to Santa Barbara, there is going to be a presidential visit to the overflow crowd. About 1,300 more people were in Emancipation Hall. Which
he's going to go visit.
Congressional Visitor Center adjacent to the Capitol. The president will
later, Beardo Boy. Have a good one, man.
We'll find out what that's about, and then he will attend a congressional luncheon and a review of the troops before he departs the Capitol today. Predicted about 3:30 p.m. before he gets out of there. So we will
so that's in like 2 hours.
Our guest Jeffrey Engel of Southern Methodist University will talk about some of this afternoon's events, and we'll also be checking the news with John McCardle as we go. But let's watch Marine One take off.
New era, hopefully, you know, guys. Hopefully, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that this will be good. But I'm cautiously optimistic. Unprecedented corruption. Let's go. I mean, we'll see. We'll see, won't we? Thanks for the follow, Dick. Thank you. I mean, we don't know. It could be. Yeah, man, that was Biden's last stream. His last stream. There he goes. You got me a link?
Appreciate the inauguration stream. Leaflit salute.
Is that real? Oh my god, it's actually real. What the fuck?
And the Bidens are off to Andrews Air Force
750, thank you for the sub. Thank you for 40 months. And Jovi1, thank you so much for the prime, dude. Thank you. Thank you so much.
To you at some point this afternoon as well.
Dude.
You can see
this is real, apparently.
There, it is not called Air Force One when the president is not riding on it. My guess is it's called Air Mission 46. President Biden being the 46th president. That's just a...
Apparently, this is real.
We'll find out, but you can see that is readied for the Bidens to take them to California. You saw Kamala Harris and Doug Emhoff get in their limousine and head to where they're heading as well. So that's Washington, D.C. on Inaugural Day. And as you can see, that would normally be full of people and crowds, but the mall is empty. The Capitol is empty as well. All sorts of things were set up. There were TV monitors out there. The parade, that's Pennsylvania Avenue on the far left of your screen, not right next to the mall.
I guess we'll
where the parade.
Well, do you guys want to see the when the parade's at what time?
That will not happen.
Do you guys want to watch the parade?
Because that will be
let's see.
Will be motorcading to Capital One Arena.
Man, that's so...
Less than a mile from what you see there on your screen, and then Capital One Arena.
7, though.
About a mile or so from the White House.
I probably should take a nap. If we're gonna do, I should probably take a nap. Parade's in an hour? No, it says that it's at. Wait.
I think we were showing some
Let's
shots
check
of them
the Twitter memes.
Applauding. But there is an...
Let's check the Twitter memes. Can you link some to me?
At the Capitol Visitor
Now get your sleep so you can watch the rally.
Emancipation Hall. Capitol Visitor Center is about 15 years old. It's built underground.
Treason!
Under the parking lot where you saw the helicopter.
Treason is trending.
This is the main entrance for visitors to the Capitol. We can see that they're getting ready to have a speaking portion here as well.
Oh my God, it's this dude. Holy shit. All right, let's see. Is there any crazy shit?
Well, we are learning.
Oh man,
he is giving remarks.
Holy crap! Thanks for the sub, Billionaire. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Waiting for those and bring those.
Well, it looks like it's gonna be in. Let's see. It's at
Mike Johnson and his wife and the majority leader.
The inaugural parade looks like it starts at
his
5 Eastern.
I cannot see from this angle. That's his wife, of course.
That's in 4 hours, right?
Mike Johnson and Steve Scalise are from Louisiana. And Deb Fisher is on the
Trevor says parade's at 3 p.m. here. Info dump on Fox.
From Nebraska.
How many hours from now?
Nebraska was reelected in 2024 by about 6-7 points.
Victory rally at Capital One Arena.
Swearing in for
that was yesterday, right?
Term. Her husband would not shake hands with.
Swag Cannon, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. Thank you. Also, welcome, Billionaire. Thank you so much. Thank you.
With
it's 1:20 EST right now, so it's at 5.
Return to the White House.
So we got 3.5 hours. That's not very much time.
This morning, you can feel it around the country. We certainly felt it here in the city. America is coming
together. Check the stream you were checking before.
Again, and it begins today, as the president just told us. I know we'd all rather be gathered together on the National Mall with. In our nation's history, and as Speaker of the House, it is my great pleasure, my great honor, to introduce to you the man who will lead us to this new golden age, the decisive winner of the Electoral College and the popular vote, the 45th and the 47th and the greatest president of our lifetimes, Donald J. Trump.
Everything saying he's about to sign some orders. The great MAGA king. Ugh. Why are you resting? There's no time for rest. We need to hurry up and make America great again. Oh, shoot. I'm telling you, Julio, she looks like Carmen Sandiego. Do you guys know Carmen Sandiego?
Well, thank you all so much for being here. And was that a hell of a speech or what? That was, man. That was a good way to start it off. You know, I didn't know exactly what the president would put in that speech, and I hoped to myself that he wasn't going to hold back, and sir, you didn't hold back. That was a hell of a way to start the next 4 years, but I just want to say from the
See, she looks like Carmen Sandiego.
For the president and for all of us, thank you for making this possible.
Right?
We love you. We wouldn't be here without you, and we're going to make America great again together for the next 4 years. And the last thing I'll say is, you know, having stood outside for about 5 minutes to wave goodbye to the Bidens, thank God we moved that thing indoors.
The intro song was fire. Yeah, the rockapella one.
Outside. So, sir, the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
No, he's right. I said, oh, look at this beautiful sunny day. We blew it. And then I went outside and we were freezing. You would have been very unhappy. The sun was very deceptive, I will tell you. It is cold out. And I'm sort of
It's super fucking cold today.
Maybe they should
so
do it
cold.
there every 4 years.
Thank you, Mommy.
Does that make sense? I don't know.
My mom got me
Because,
food.
You know, the outdoor thing
My mom got me
really
food.
Good, but it gets a little
I got
cold around
unagi.
this time
Guys, I got
of year. Some
unagi.
people have noticed.
Unagi don. I got wonton soup.
They suffer through it. There was
And
no
Saba.
suffering in that room.
3.
It was 72 degrees. It was
Give me
perfect
3.
with the best
Thank you. You don't want any?
best acoustics, I think.
Are you
I've ever
okay?
heard in a room. This is not so bad
All right.
either. But
I got
just wanna
unagi, guys.
say, you're a younger, far more beautiful audience that I just spoke to, and I want to keep it off the record.
Damn! He just shit talked everyone in the Capitol building. He said they're fucking mummies.
I don't want to think you're more.
They're fucking corpses,
You
dude.
look better than them, and I love you.
Oh, dang.
Now we just had a.
The shit talk is real.
Great day. This was amazing. You know, when you think we took a journey, I mentioned in the speech, a lot of people said that was not a journey that was possible, and it was indeed possible. I didn't really know too much about what they were saying when they said that, but a lot of people felt it. And we hooked up with JD very early. I watched JD over a period of time. I endorsed him in Ohio. He was a great senator, and very, very smart. The only one smarter than him was his wife. That was, I would have chosen her, but somehow the line of succession didn't work that way, right? But now she's great and he's great. This is a great, beautiful couple and unbelievable career. I just said to him, you are very upwardly mobile. Because he hasn't been.
You know that Trump is very fun to listen to.
So quickly. Remember, the first week was a little bit like the fake news was hitting him really hard. And I said, "Ooh, this may be tough," but after that, it was smooth sailing for him. He took on everybody. He took on the meanest.
No, thank you so much. Thank you for the tier 3. Thank you. Tier 3 gift sub. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Begins, because it will. But he took on.
Thank you. So nice of you. Thank you.
And he handled it well. I want to also congratulate Mike Johnson for the job that.
Dude, I wish he picked Alex Jones as his press secretary. It would have been the greatest thing ever.
Gave him a majority of almost nothing, and then I said, to make it tougher on him, let me take 2 or 3 of the people, right? I said he'll only have to suffer with that for about 3 months. How are they doing, by the way? Are they? Is that moving along?
Totally unified.
I said, do you mind if I take this one, that one, and a couple of others? He didn't mind. He can handle it. No, he's a man that's liked by everybody. I've never met a man like this. You've got how many is it, 219 or 220 or something? 220. And of the 220, 219 really like him. I noticed he got 1 negative vote once about 2 weeks ago. But I think even 220 like him, if you want to know the truth. And that's very unusual. I know a lot of nice guys in Congress, and they have 35 people that hate him. So if you have 35 people that hate you and you only have 1 or 2 or 3 votes, you'll have 5, I think. But that's going to be like, the good news is, when we get to that 5 number, it's going to feel like a massive majority. You could be really nasty to a couple of them at least. So it's going to feel like hitting your head on the wall and stopping. It feels so good to stop, but he's done a fantastic job. And Steve Scalise's...
Man, they don't make unagi don like they used to. Like before, they gave you so much unagi, and now it's like kind of small.
You talk about being...
Because unagi's so expensive now.
I was with him. He got some bad ones, and his incredible wife. And
oh, holy shit, so good.
She really loves him. You never know about that. I've been with other people. They were doing poorly, and the wife is like looking at her watch. She can't get out of the hospital fast enough. How's he
so
doing?
good.
I don't know. He's all right. That woman was a mess. She was crying and crying. No, they're going to take him. They're going to take him. I told Steve when he finally woke up, it was a while too. The doctor told me it was the most blood they've ever transfused in any patient.
It's so good, doc.
Anything like it. And here he is, the picture of strength, right? And he's been a great friend of mine, right? With a family, because of a family. And what a job you did. It worked out pretty much better than we even thought, right? And I did have a couple of things, to say that were extremely controversial. And between JD and Melania and anybody else that heard, please, sir, it's such a beautiful, unifying speech. Please, sir, don't say these things. I said, I'm telling you, it's going to play great. They say, you're right. For this group of people, it's going to play
Later, Tara.
You're the only ones I hurt by not, but we had some beauties, didn't we, Melania? She said, sir, calls me sir when she's angry. No, I'm only kidding. I better say I'm only kidding, or the press is going to pick that one up loud and clear. No, but she said, no, I think it would be terrible. It's such a nice speech. I think it's, it all depends on your delivery. How was the delivery? Was it good? But she said it's such a beautiful speech. You can't put things in there that you were going to put in. And I was going to talk about the J6 hostages, but you'll be happy because, it's action, not words that count. And you're going to see a lot of action on the J6 hostages. See a lot of action. And I was going to talk about the things that Joe did today with the pardons of people that were very, very guilty of very bad crimes, like the Unselect Committee of Political Thugs.
Thank you, Satoru. Thank you.
They literally, what they did is they destroyed and deleted all of the information, all of the hearings.
What I want to know about January 6th is the freaking feds.
They deleted all
the feds that were instigating.
Pelosi having turned down
I want them to go after those guys.
Soldiers. You wouldn't have needed 10,000. You could have had 500, and they would have stopped. Because we may have 1 million people that day, the people that were there. You don't see any photographs, but we have a lot of great photos. But you don't see those photographs. They don't put them in. They show the people at the Capitol. But I was talking about that. I was going to talk about that. They said, please don't bring that up right now. You can bring it up tomorrow. I said, how about now in front of the I'll bring it up right now.
Didn't like a couple of them get arrested and they just immediately got out?
Because we're getting great reviews on the speech. Now watch. They'll take the speech and say, I didn't like it because he left there and he's talked to people.
That's so fucked up.
We're giving you a little more information than we gave upstairs. But
Thanks for the follow. Thank you.
They pardoned a lot of people. They pardoned, before we even get to today, they pardoned,
I like how everyone was shouting Fed at the guy.
Absolute murders, the worst.
There's like videos of them saying, like we gotta go in there and break in there, and everyone's like, Fed.
Because they don't give it much. And he pardoned almost everybody having a death sentence. And if you went through the crimes that were committed, you wouldn't even believe them. The level of violence, the people that were killed, the innocence of people that were killed, and children killed by these people. And he pardoned them for whatever reason. He spared them, but they didn't spare the people that they killed. And who knows what happens in the future. It's one of the worst because a lot of times they let them out early after that. They say you're going to be in for life, but then all of a sudden they get let out for good behavior, and then they go on a rampage. It's one of those little things, right?
Thanks for the follow match. Thank you.
But I was really going to talk about the level of what's going on. Why are we doing this? Why are we trying to help a guy like Millie? Why are we doing Millie? He was pardoned. What he said, terrible what he said. Why are we helping some of the people? Why are we helping Liz Cheney? I mean, Liz Cheney is a disaster. She's a crying lunatic and crying Adam Kinzinger. He's a super
I love Trump just talks straight shit. Like he doesn't even try that. He doesn't even try to suppress her. He just goes all in.
And then one day, when you don't want to kill people in wars, they turn against you. Liz Cheney hated the concept of not going to war with everybody. Let's kill everybody. Let's spend a lot of money on military equipment, where her father works, right? And but what she did was incredible. Think of it. They destroyed and deleted all of that information that went on for almost 2 years against Trump.
Why would they do that?
And the reason they did, because it was all false. Like the person that said, I tried to strangle a Secret Service agent. That's one of the toughest human beings I think I've ever seen. I actually had a friend saying, please don't change that, sir. You are the coolest sucker in history. Remember, she said, I put my hands around his neck because he wouldn't go to the Capitol. Made up fiction. And I was rebuffed. And the guy on the right is a massive weightlifter. Probably stronger than me. Do you think he's stronger than me, honey?
Yeah, they said that
Possibly
he did because he was trying to
slightly younger than me. Like I won't say how.
He wanted to
many years because I don't want to talk about that. But a lot of
he wanted
years.
to go somewhere on January 6th. And they wouldn't let him or something.
Why are you disputing that story? That's the coolest story I've ever heard. That I would attack a karate champion, get slightly rebuffed, and then throw my arms around a guy with a neck about this big. Even though there are bars, there are bars, you can't really do that anyway. So I wanted to talk about that. But all of that stuff got deleted. And the reason it got deleted is they were all caught in lies. Secret Service testified and they said it didn't happen. Actually, the two guys were very embarrassed. They're suffering because their friends are saying, did Trump really do that to you? But they gained a whole new respect for me. But it was just make-believe stuff, and there were a lot of make-believe stories made up. So rather than suffer the wrath, like the story with Nancy Pelosi, I offered her 10,000 soldiers. She knows it. She admitted it on tape that her daughter made. She's a videographer or whatever you call her, which I'm glad she is. Oh, she can't be in good stead with Nancy. But Nancy said it was my responsibility as she's leaving the Capitol. She said it was, and it was. She's in charge of security at the Capitol. But I offered them up to 10,000 soldiers, even more. One time I said more, as many as you need. But you needed 400 or 500. If 4 or 5, you 10,000, that would be more than the number of people there by lot. But we offered her 10,000. Think of it, 10,000 soldiers. In other words, J6 wouldn't be J6. There would have been no J6. But she rebuffed them. She didn't like it. No, she didn't like it. Maybe she wanted that to happen. But she's guilty as hell. And now we would have to go through the process because they destroyed all evidence. They deleted everything. There's virtually nothing left. The other fake story and so many other fake stories. And many people came out on our side, and those people now would got to find them. There's nothing left. So that's a criminal offense. If that were a civil case, it would be a criminal offense. If that happened civilly where you did that, it would be a criminal offense. So I decided I'm not going to make this speech complicated. I'm going to make it beautiful. I'm going to make it a unifying speech. And then when they said we have a group of people that are serious Trump fans, I said, this is the time to tell those stories.
Let's have a good one, man.
He knows. So anyway, but seriously, I'd like to, I think it was a tremendous success. I think we're very lucky we put it inside because it is really cold. We just went to the helicopter out of respect to something that's taken place for a long time. I guess
We've got a bunch of memes to look at after this, by the way.
You get into a stagecoach, now you get into a helicopter. Times change. But it's pretty old custom. And it's a beautiful custom, actually. It's a beautiful custom. I wish we could have had a better relationship. I wish we could have had a better relationship between Republicans and Democrats. I was with Senator Schumer. I said, Chuck, I think it's time we all start getting along a little bit. Because it
Anonymous Dragon Sighting to the gifts of
we
Donald J. Trump.
Vote. They never get a Republican vote.
The great MAGA king, thank you.
And although there is a bill coming up very shortly that we have a lot of Democrat votes, right? It's going to be a very beautiful bill. We're going to have a deciding, I would say, within a week or so, I think. And it's going to be a very good bill. You all know what I'm talking about. So I just want to thank you all for being here.
Does Barron have a Twitch?
From day one, all these people all over. You've been our fans. This has there's never been anything like it. There's never been anything.
Thanks, Anonymous.
Thank you. This has been a movement like no movement ever in history for probably any country, let alone this country. You know, if somebody's running for president, and if they go out and they announce they're going to Arizona, they're going to Nevada, they're going to someplace, if you have 200 or 300 people, that would be standard. Ronald Reagan would go out. I mean, outside of the last couple of days where people...
He's going to talk about his fucking crowd sizes. He has to.
But if you're going to go someplace, any place, any one of the swing states, any one of the other states, I mean, how about the non-swing states? We won Alabama by 48 points. We won Tennessee by massive numbers. Wyoming, we won by numbers that are... nobody's ever seen numbers like that. And, you know, places like California, we did great, but when they send out like 38 million ballots, and nobody knows where the hell they're sending them, and then they come pouring back, the whole thing...
He's doing like a full rally speech right now.
If you work in an election bureau, and if you so much as ask for a voter ID, if you say, sir, ma'am, could I please look at your voter ID? They have the right to put you in jail. You're a criminal. Can you believe that? There's only one reason that happens. They want to cheat. So they had it.
That's what I was saying, by the way. Is that like it's really sus, you know?
But now if you even ask for it, this is seriously a bill.
Why would you even do that?
It passed in their legislature, and it was signed. And I think when we get things cleaned up and we get back to a little bit of normalcy, I'm going to ask the Speaker to really get involved, because I think we would have won the state of California, because, you know, if you look at my numbers with Hispanic, we're at 56%, and we won the Texas border that had never been won. As the governor said, he's doing a good job, the governor, by the way, of Texas, but as the governor said, it hasn't...
Anonymous, thanks for the gift sub to JD Vance is kind of hot. Thank you.
I get lucky. Supposing I said, you know, he's not here.
Wait, really? Final Man? Is that real?
He's done a terrible job.
Final Man says, my father who passed 10 years ago voted this year? Really?
You mean we couldn't get you up in the front row? I'll tell you. Supposing I said, JD, the governor of Texas, he's not doing his job. You heard what I said. See, I didn't know you were there. I said he's doing a great job. He's doing a phenomenal job. But now you're going to have a partner that's going to work with you, because you didn't have, not only didn't he have a partner, He had people selling the wall, right? We have a fence structure that we worked on, the governor worked on with me, and I didn't love it, to be honest with you. I wanted a nice precast concrete, 40, 50 feet
Guys,
high.
my mom's a liberal. She's pissed about how he's a
Could have been
felon.
a T-shape, Y-shape. I love construction. I wanted that sucker to go up maybe 50, 60 feet. It would have looked beautiful, a nice Y shape. And they said, the problem is, sir, they climbed that like a rabbit. I said, what do you mean? No way. And they brought some of these guys out. They climbed it like... And the other thing is you hit it with acid and the thing will disintegrate. They have things for concrete. So they needed very hardened steel, very special steel. And then they needed 7,000-pound concrete inside that steel, inside that steel. And then they have a rebar that's the toughest steel made. Very hard to cut. So this is why very little is cut. I mean, it's right. And then they put a anti-climb
That
panel on top.
sushi is so good. Unreal.
I said, it's
Holy
so
fuck.
unattractive.
Oh, that's so good.
And I said, why would that work? I don't believe it works. And I went to watch the Border Patrol, gave a display. We had actually 2 sets of climbers. The guys that climb up walls.
Better than Japan, to be honest.
They got like 60, 70 pounds of drug.
That
And
place
they go
is so
as
good.
fast as you can walk. They go bip, bip, bip. Or we have Mount Everest type climbers. And honestly, the drug guys were much better. I couldn't believe. The drug guys blew them away, right? But it's true, the anti-climb panel, they couldn't get around it. They just couldn't. You didn't have it. So sometimes you sacrifice beauty for efficiency. And we did. So we built this wall.
Mackerel's my favorite sushi.
Over 500 miles of wall. That's why we had such good numbers. The famous chart that came down, very thankfully, the chart that came down on my right, Governor. Had I not looked over there, I'm not speaking right now. You might be speaking here. You want to know the truth? You, JD, have got a lot of great people in this party. But I got very lucky. But we had the best numbers we've ever had. But I bought, what happens is when you fill it up, it's like water. You fill it up. Now we have 571 miles of wall. And they would always say, when we renovated a wall, so there'd be like a piece of plywood sitting there for 60 years, or a 2x4 sitting for 60 years on the ground and rotting. Because, and they'll say, you didn't build a new wall. Here we're building 50 feet up in the air, 30 feet sections, 50-foot sections, all steel, all concrete, all everything. And all, by the way, they don't even want me to say this, but what the hell, it doesn't take that long time. They're all wired for all of the equipment. We put wires in everything so they can easily wire for all the different types of equipment. And if there's a doubt, we have to wire. Whenever we just look, you just find the wires all over the place up top, so we can just hook it up. We don't have to have wires on the outside, which wouldn't do too well, right?
This is the follow alpha. Thank you.
We built an extra 200 miles of wall, and the governor wanted to buy it. He tried to buy it, and they wouldn't sell it to him. He wanted to put it up himself. Could have been done in 3 to 4 weeks, 200 more miles, because when you do it now, they just keep going further out, getting around. So we did an extra 200 miles, and it was all bought. And they announced that they're not going to put it up. And that's when I realized they wanted open borders, and that's when I realized that people are going to come pouring through the wall like nobody's ever seen before. But
Grizz, that's going to be later, though.
Here because of that. I made it my #1 issue. They all said inflation was the #1 issue. I said I disagree. I think people coming into our country from prisons and from mental institutions is a bigger issue for the people that I know. And I made it my #1. I talked about inflation too, but how many times can you say that an apple has doubled in cost? I'd say it, and I'd hit it hard, but then I go back to the fact that we don't want criminals coming into our country. We don't want the jails of every country in the world virtually being deposited into the United States. And that man had to suffer with it. And he did an unbelievable job. I'll tell you, he was a very popular governor, but now he's like an unbeatable governor because of your border policies. He was fantastic. And he really was. So. Governor Abbott is he's a great man, a great leader. And but it did make him did you do it? You didn't do that for politics. You did it because you wanted to do the right thing. But I'll tell you, it sure as hell worked for politics too. It's self-preservation, that's right. But no, because the people are demanding it. The people of Texas are demanding it. The people are demanding it all over. So anyway, we built it, and they wouldn't let us use it. They wouldn't let the governor use it, and other governors, they wouldn't let him use it. But he was the leader of the pack and did a great job. And then we heard about a month ago that not only wouldn't they let us use it, they were selling it, they were going to sell it for 5 cents on the dollar. Now, 5 cents on the dollar then, but today it would cost more than twice as much to build, because we bought it like 6 years ago. And it was just sitting on the ground, and that does not do well for the whole thing. But it was just sitting on the ground, and I heard about it, and I called the governor, and I called a lot of people, your attorney general. And here's the story. They were going to buy it, and these are great business people. They were going to buy it for 5 cents on the dollar or less, and they were calling us up, we'll sell it to you for 200 cents on the dollar. In other words, it will cost you twice as much, so it's 200 cents on the dollar. I said, can somebody explain that to a judge? I mean, how corrupt is that? You'd think they'd say, maybe we'll sell it to you for 20 cents, 30 cents, but not 200 cents. So they were going to buy something for 5 cents, and they were going to sell it to us for a fortune. They were going to make it would be, they'd have it down that in Fortune magazine, they'd put it of the deal of the year, okay? You buy something like that. But it was so corrupt and so horrible. Ugh. And when we told that to the administration, they didn't care. They just kept going forward. They couldn't care less. And they kept going forward. They knew that they were trying to sell it back to us. They would have sold it back to us. You would have ended up buying it. You would have paid probably 50, 60 cents. Who knows? But they were going to use it for scrap metal, but then they made a much better deal. They could just buy it and sell it to us for 15, 20 times what they paid. 20 times, think of it, like 20 times what they paid. And we wouldn't let it happen. And the governor with his attorney general, Ken Paxton, they made a fantastic, they're a good lawyer. He's pushed around pretty good by people, right? I said, you got a great attorney general. They should leave him alone. He was with me. But Ken and the governor went to court, and a judge actually became incensed and actually called for an investigation. How could a thing like this happen? So he stopped it. So we're waiting to put that wall up. And now that you have a new president, that wall will go up so fast. The governor will complain, sir. This is Greg Abbott, sir. Please, the wall is going up too fast. Please don't do that. You know the story about winning. No, we're going to win too much. We're winning too much. Please, let's stop. People always love that one. We'll do this with the wall. Governor Abbott calls, sir, the wall is going up too fast. We can't take it. We just
You should offer him that, Patchouli.
I think you'll be very happy if the wall goes up too fast, right? But we'll get that dude, and we'll work with you on that. But it was a great decision by a great Texas judge, right? And it was beautiful to watch. He stopped them right in their track. I mean, they were literally loading this stuff onto trucks. It was terrible. Honestly, it was terrible. And he wouldn't take it. So I'm so glad I mentioned that they have a really good governor in Texas. And I swear, I didn't know he was here. I swear to you, it sounds like a setup. I didn't know you would end. Did I get lucky? I said the right thing. Because there have been moments when I wasn't so happy with him, you know? But not too many, I can tell you that. So anyway, it's good to see you too, Governor. Great. But I just want to thank everybody. You've been...
Still streaming? Yeah, it's because we're watching the inauguration stuff.
But this has been a long journey. This was a journey that started in 2015, probably started 20 years before that. People used to say, you're going to run for president? You're going to run? And I always said, no, I don't want... And then one day I said, let's give it a shot. And what I talked about then was the border, too. I think it probably was the number one issue for me. Back in 2015, 2016, I talked about the border. And now I talked about the border, but this border is much worse. We fixed the border. It was totally fixed. There was nothing to talk about. 2020, by the way, that election was totally rigged, but that's okay. It was a rigged election. You know, the only thing good about it, it showed how bad they are, showed how incompetent, and frankly, historically, this is a much bigger event. If that would have gone like it should have. The bad thing about it is some bad things happened, like a lot of people in our country that wouldn't be in our country right now. So, you know, that's the bad part. But I will say that it started in 2015, and right from the beginning, we went to the top. Day one, They announced Trump, and Trump went to number one and stayed there for the whole primary. And
is it still called Air Force One when
too happy today
after Trump has been inaugurated?
A very nice person, but we took on Hillary.
Isn't it not Air Force One?
Then we did much better the second time in 2020. You know, we got millions more votes. We got millions, like 10, 12 million more votes than we did the first time. No president has ever gotten that many more votes.
But he's officially not the president
9
anymore.
9 million more than anybody else had ever
Whatever
gotten.
plane the president is on is Air Force One.
Yeah.
And because of that, I said to Melania, what do you think? And she said, you want to do this again? And had we lost, and had I thought we lost, I wouldn't do it again, because that's like the ultimate poll, right? But I knew how well we did, and this time we made it too big to rig. It was so big. They tried. They tried like hell in the butt. They tried to do it, and around 9:02 they gave up. Last time they did bad things, at this time they just said, you know, I don't know if you saw, Mr. Speaker, in Washington, they had placards. They were all set to march. They thought it'd be closer. A gentleman asked me, a very respected gentleman asked me yesterday, how come the polls were so wrong? They showed you winning, but not in a landslide. I said, because people that are true Trumpers are so angry at the whole polling system and at the writers, the fake news, that they don't want to talk to anybody. So when you call somebody from Trump, who are you voting for? They say, it's none of your business. I'm not telling you. And that was probably 40% of the people they called. So they would discard that one, and they didn't show that. And then when
the plane Biden is flying now is called Special Mission 46, says my mom. She would know. My mom would know.
They really
Special Mission 46.
One man said, I mean, it was so much higher. We won all 7 swing states. We won the popular vote by millions of votes, which is hard for a Republican. I'll tell you who came through. The unions came through. The auto workers were great. The Teamsters were great. The firemen were great. I think almost every union was great. The only one that weren't great, although Sean was great, and the Teamsters, Sean O'Brien, the head of the Teamsters, was fantastic. But generally speaking, the head of the union was against Trump, but the union would be with us for like 80, 85%. Look what we did with the auto workers in Michigan. Look what we did with the Teamsters. The Teamsters were unbelievable. They were a solid Democrat vote, and they voted for Trump. So we had a great experience. This has been, now we have to go to work and get it done, because we have to do something that's going to be great. We're going
Get
to turn
to
our
work.
country around.
Get it done.
And we're going to turn it
That's
around.
all I care about.
And I think this was a better speech than the one I made upstairs, okay? I think this was better, JD. I think this was much better.
JD.
And I got to see my friend. So, Governor, take care of yourself. You call me. We'll start working. You know what that means with him. He's going to be calling me tomorrow morning at about 6. And I said, how about next week? You call me and we're going to get it started real fast. We'll really help you a lot. You've done a fantastic job protecting something which is, it's not supposed to be for the states. And amazing job you've done. Thank you very much. And I want to thank everybody. And I have a First Lady who's been incredible. I shouldn't say this. I'm going to get hell when I say this, but her feet are absolutely aching. You know, those heels. And we thought we were leaving. We were going home. Sir, would you be able to go down and say hello to some of your other fans that are here? I said, oh, I didn't know that. Wow. Did you get to see pretty clearly the picture, I hope? Oh, good. That's good. But because you wouldn't want to make the same speech again, right? But she said, darling, I love you so much, but my feet are killing me. I said, honey, let me just see how far it is. I asked the person, oh, not that long, maybe 400 or 500 yards.
But honey,
5 football
I have to rally. We need to rally right now. They're asking me to rally.
No matter what, we're going to make it because we have to go, right?
When we get tired of winning,
right?
You can never get tired of winning.
And then we went out to the helicopter, though, just prior to this, and said goodbye. And it's a custom, and the wind is blowing like crazy. And with the hat that she's wearing, she almost blew away. We almost lost our.
Yeah.
She was being elevated off the ground.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
So
the
we all
fucking South
appreciate it,
Park.
'cause you,
They got it like so
you've been a
perfectly in
great
South
first
Park.
lady.
It's so funny.
Beautiful and a great first lady. And they love our first lady. You know, JD, whenever I make a speech, I see hundreds of times, we love our first lady. We love, and they do, and they should. She's great. So I just want to thank you. Thank you very much. I just want to thank everybody. And I felt that, I said to JD, should we give him the A treatment, the B treatment, the C, the D, or the F? You know what the F is? Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye. I gave you the A+ treatment. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Governor. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
And that was President Trump speaking to the overflow crowd in Emancipation Hall, saying that he felt like the speech that he just delivered was better than his inauguration address. And so we see him shaking hands with a number of lawmakers right there. What is up next is that he will be heading to the signing room, and that is where we are expecting another ceremony to get underway. We are continuing our live coverage here on
Breaking
Live Now
news,
from Fox
Trump
of Inauguration Day 2025. I'm Stephanie Quinu. And on behalf of myself and my colleague Andrew Kraft, we appreciate you continuing to watch this truly historic day as Donald J. Trump, now the 47th
Baron memorizing every face in the building. They're going on the list. He's gonna go fucking full Sith Lord, man. What else we got? Baron has 9. This one by Trigger Point. Baron has 900 hours in PoE2 and is disgusted to have to sit next to someone like Elon. Man, dude, the memes are so good right now. Whoa, what's this? Breaking news? They set up a guillotine at the anti-Trump protest. Real? This one's by Benny Johnson. Damn.
Thanks to the Lord for the days we behold. Thanks for the unsullied flag we unfold. Thanks that to us and in our time
Thanks
was
for the bits,
told.
Travers. Thank you.
The story of Washington and Lincoln.
This just in. Bricks News. Ukrainian President Zelensky asked to be invited to the inauguration 3 times, but was turned down. Source Donald Trump Jr. Damn. Holy shit. You got this one right here. Hillary Clinton reacts to Donald Trump declaring that he will rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Let's see it.
Short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name of a great president. Short time from now, we are going to...
Dude, Bill Clinton's like, hun.
Changing the name of...
Look at her laugh, and he's like,
to the Gulf of America.
Stop it. Look at him.
The name
Stop.
Of a great president. Short time from now, we are going to be changing...
Oh, man, that's crazy. Anyway, let's see. It's how many? It's still like 3 hours out. Okay, hold on. Do I keep streaming or do I take a break? What do you think, Julio? Should we keep going and then just go into the party thing, or? Okay. All right. Okay, guys. We're gonna call it for today. I'll be back tomorrow.